A nice warm Wednesday night here in the West Coast League as the Yakima Valley Pippins get back into Ridgefield to take on game number 2 with the Ridgefield Raptors. Very pleasant good afternoon to all of you tuning in on both of our Mixler stream and our YouTube audio stream. I'm Harmon Johnsen, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins. It was a tough night last night if you're a Pippins offense fan because the Pippins only able to get one run on 4 hits, and that was a solo home run by Daichi Furuhata back in the 6th inning to lead off that frame. The Pippins had 3 others get into the hit column. Jay O'Neill had a double, Nick Velasquez had a single, and it was Ramon Valenzuela who got the first hit of the game for Yakima Valley in the 2nd inning. But that was all they had to show for it. The Raptors had a great start out of August Ware. He went 6 innings, giving up only 3 hits and the 1 run. 88 pitches. He moves to 1-0 in his short career here in the West Coast League. They got a save from their reliever Thompson as well, only giving up 1 hit. That was to Jay O'Neill. The Raptors getting 4 runs on 7 hits. They had a big 6th inning where they had 4 straight singles. 3 of them came around to score. They also had Bo Rico lead off the 3rd inning with a single, later coming in to score on a fielder's choice by Michael Perazzo. So there wasn't much offense to speak of last night, but you turn the page to today, and it's a new opportunity to try to get back into a tie in first place in the West Coast League South. The Pippins coming into today at 6-4 on the season, Ridgefield 7-3, as the teams sit in a tie for first, and Ridgefield sitting all alone in first. The Pippins sitting in a tie for third. And that's because the Marion Berries did not play a league game yesterday. They actually didn't play at all due to weather, but they had a non-league game scheduled that did not happen. And so the Berries at 6-3, the Pippins, the Walla Walla Sweets tied for third at 6-4. The Corvallis Knights getting their home opener underway tonight. Hard to believe that there's still a team that has not played a home game this season, but Corvallis is the one to do so. They will be down at Goss Stadium tonight. They sit at 5-4. The Portland Pickles are at 5-4 as well. Bend at 3-6. Springfield at 3-7 here in the West Coast League South. On the other side of the league, the North Division standings are as follows: Nanaimo at 7-3. The Wenatchee Apple Sox at 6-3, Bellingham 5-5, Kelowna 5-5, Victoria 4-6, Edmonton 3-6, Port Angeles at 3-7, and Kamloops down at the bottom at 3-7 as well. That is your look at the West Coast League. Some scores and standings from around the league today. There was actually one game already in progress earlier today, and it has since wrapped up. The Victoria Harbor Cats had an early game at the Edmonton Riverhawks today. Victoria coming out on top at 8-5. Everybody else about to get underway tonight. Springfield at Wenatchee, Port Angeles at Kamloops, Walla Walla at Kelowna, the Berries at Corvallis, and Nanaimo at Bellingham. Portland is not playing for the next couple of days, and so that means some chances for these teams to jump up into the top part of the standings. Portland currently sitting in 6th of 8 teams in the West Coast League South. Of course, there were 9 teams last year, but Cowlitz not playing this year and likely not playing in the near future with the renovations undergoing at David Story Field up at Lower Columbia College. The plate meeting rather, is just wrapping up between Chris Cota and Kyle Crustangel. Our umpiring crew tonight of Thomas Glenn and Jim Courtney as well out there on the field. It's going to be a little bit of a longer pregame here as we've got quite a large contingent of elementary school kids that are going to be singing the national anthem for us. They're all lined up over by the Pippins dugout on the first base side. It's Ridgefield School District night here at the Rourke, and so quite a few people in the ballpark right now as we get ready for that first pitch. Starting lineups being announced on the field here in the Rourke Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex, and so that's a good idea for us to do here on the radio. Starting with the Ridgefield Raptors, they will send out a little bit of a different lineup than they did yesterday. Jay Snagler will still lead it off and play third base. He wears number 5. Michael Perazzo is back in the 2-hole. He is playing shortstop today, wearing number 10. Batting third is Cade Ladahoff, who was the cleanup hitter yesterday. He is playing first base. Zach Wattis is the cleanup hitter today. He wears number 23, and he will play center field. New catcher into the game for the Raptors, Reagan McCluskey, will be doing the catching duties today. He wears number 18. Gavin Poffenroth is the left fielder in today's contest. He's wearing number 29. He's a former West Coast League player coming back for another year. Brock Leetgeb is the designated hitter. He is wearing number 9 today. Jaden Nakamura is the second baseman. He wears number 2. He will bat 8th. And in the 9-hole will be the right fielder, number 16, Reed Farrell. So again, for Ridgefield, it's Nagler, Perazzo, Ladahoff, Wattis, McCluskey, Poffenroth, Leetgeb, Nakamura, and Farrell. For the Yakima Valley Pippins, under the direction of Coach Kyle Crustangel, they will lead off with Tyson Miller, and he will play center field today. Jay O'Neill was originally scheduled to play center field, but he had some soreness after BP, and so he was scratched. Daichi Furuhata is in the 2-hole, playing third base today, wearing number 26. Abdel Ramos is doing the catching today for Yakima Valley. He is wearing number 5, batting third. In the cleanup spot is Cam Fleck. He is playing shortstop today. He is wearing number 30. The first baseman, Jordan Walker, will play. That is not Jordan Walker. That is Jackson Walker. Jackson Walker wearing number 12 today and batting in the 5-hole. Batting sixth is number 40, Malachi Emery Henderson. He will play left field today here at this launching pad. Batting seventh is the second baseman, number 16, Derek Almeida. Batting eighth will be Levi Sotomayor. He is the designated hitter today. He is wearing number 13. And rounding it out for Yakima Valley is Derek Hurtado. He is playing right field today and wearing number 38. So again, for Yakima Valley, it's Miller, Furuhata, Ramos, Fleck, Walker, Emery Henderson, Almeida, Sotomayor, and Hurtado. So a little bit of a changeup down at the bottom of the order for Yakima Valley. You could even argue a little bit of a changeup at the top of the order for Yakima Valley because you have Tyson back in the leadoff spot. You have Ramos and Fleck batting 3 and 4. A little bit of a different batting approach for the Pippins today, trying to rebound after only scoring 1 run on 4 hits rather last night, trying to get back into the positive side of the win-loss column, sending a game back of first place in the West Coast League South. Raptors lead the all-time series in this rivalry 19-15 as the Raptors take a 9-7 lead here in Ridgefield. They are on a 1-game winning streak after snapping the streak that the Pippins started during the closing game of the 2025 season. About ready for baseball as the elementary kids make their way out to the field to sing the national anthem. Don't know how good of an audio feed I'm going to get today, but we're going to crank up the crowd noise and see what happens as they just keep coming out of the fences. There are more and more, probably close to 200 or 300 kids that are just crowding out onto the field right now, getting ready to sing the national anthem. The two teams lined up in front of their dugouts, and so we're going to step aside for America's favorite song. We'll be right back. This is Pippins Baseball.
Not a game show. Yeah. 7:30. First on the wall channels.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Erica's favorite song, Come and Gone, as the elementary kids are now going to be ushered off of the field before the starter for the Ridgefield Raptors, Cole Schmidt, can take his warm-ups. He's mobbed by couple hundred elementary school kids out there on the hill waiting for a clean path to the dish. Cole Schmidt, 8 1/3 innings he's pitched so far this year. 7 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts to his name. A 1-0 record. 2 games he's started 1. A 3.24 ERA to his name for Schmidt. He comes from George Fox University, a Division III school in the Northwest Conference. True freshman right-handed pitcher for the Bruins, a business marketing major. He comes from Gresham, Oregon, from Sam Barlow High School. And now he is ready to send home his first warm-up pitch to his catcher, Reagan McCluskey. For Yakima Valley, it'll be Tyson Miller, Daichi Furuhata, and Abvel Ramos leading it off as the Pippins try to end the low-scoring affairs on the road. You go to the first Springfield game back last Tuesday. The Pippins were shut out 3-0. They came back and won it the next night 3-2. And then the third night of that series, the Pippins took the series 6-4. So every night the Pippins got more and more of an offensive output. But they'd love to do what they've been doing at home the last couple of weekends and score a high number of runs. They scored 12 on Friday night. They scored 11 on Sunday afternoon. And so trying to find that offensive rhythm when they bat first here on the road. Defense behind the Ridgefield starter Cole Schmidt will be Poffenroth in left, Wattis in center, and Farrell in right. Nagler is over at third, Perazzo at short, Nakamura is at second, and Ladahoff is at first. McCluskey catching for Cole Schmidt. The Raptors on defense wearing their black uniform tops with Raptors and block text in white across the chest. They've got white pants and then maroon caps with the Ridgefield R on the top. On the back of the uniform are nice big block letters in a silver tone with some white highlights. Pippins wearing the blue uniforms today. They've got white Pippins across the chest and a bat stick with a green apple hanging down on the left side. White numerals on the back. Green batting helmets, blue lids today, and gray pants as Tyson Miller digs in for the first at-bat of the ball game. Cole Schmidt, the right-hander out of the windup, will send the first pitch in high and away right at 6:35 p.m. It's a much warmer day than it was yesterday here in Ridgefield as the temperature says it's 68. Turf field here at the Rourke. Miller in an even count now, 1-1. Calling the balls and strikes is Jim Courtney. In the field is his partner, Thomas Glenn. He stands over behind first base right now with nobody on and 1-1 the count. Out of the windup, 1-1. Miller watches a changeup outside, 2 balls and a strike. For Tyson, did not play yesterday. And so coming in a little bit cold, 240 batting average. He slices one over on the left side as it bounces off the net and back into play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8 games Tyson has appeared in, a couple out of the number 9 hole. He's picked up 6 hits and 2 runs. He's also stolen 3 bags out of CSU Bakersfield. 2-2 pitch, righty-lefty matchup. A breaking ball stays upstairs. And so the count runs full early on here in the count. A few big puffy clouds hanging out overhead on an otherwise blue sky. Slight breeze blowing from left to right, going out to right field here at the Rourke. Payoff pitch on the way from Schmidt, and Tyson bounces it over to third. It's off the glove of Nagler and into foul territory. Pippins have the leadoff man aboard. Much better start than yesterday, as it's an early error charged to the third baseman, Jace Nagler. No errors yesterday for the Raptors. There is their first of the series. Daichi Furuhata with a man at first. We'll see if Tyson Miller tries to take off at all. Daichi is on fire, 1 for 3 with a solo home run yesterday, extending his hit streak to 9 games. First pitch, high and away out of the stretch from Schmidt. Daichi is first in the WCL in runs scored, fourth in batting average, sixth in hits, and sixth in total bags with 23. Miller not going, the 1-0 pitch, in at the knees, 1-1. And so for Daichi, 14 hits, that's sixth in the West Coast League. It's a tie at the top with 5 players with 15, including JT Summers. Check over to first. Not in time to get Tyson Miller. Summers not in the lineup today for Chris Cota and the Raptors. Daichi wearing a red arm sleeve on his right arm. Stands out against the blue jersey as he lines one right back where it came from, out to second. Flip over there by Nakamura to Peraza. The relay on to first. Double play turned by the Raptors to erase the error. Score at 4-6-3 in your scorecard. And the Pippins have 2 away. Abel Ramos, the catcher in today's contest, batting third. Abel has been a mainstay in the bottom half of the lineup for the Pippins, but moving up into the 3-hole as he's third on the team in batting average, and a line drive almost caught by Nakamura out at second. It pops out of his glove as he heads to the turf. A hit here for the Pipps. So now 2 base runners have reached. One of them was a race. The Pippins try to do it with 2 outs now. Had Nakamura been able to hang on to that, it would have been a Sports Center top 10, maybe even a top 5 play. Hard line drive the opposite way off of Ramos's bat. Here's Cam Fleck. First pitch, a high looping breaking ball up at the top of the zone for strike 1. Fleck last played on June 6th against the Marion Berries. He went 0 for 3 with a walk. A 143 batting average with 2 hits on the season for Cam. In only now his 6th game as he fouls one back into the screen to make it no balls and 2 strikes. Well, it's a good sign to see the Pippins put wood on the ball ahead of Jake Cumming making his 2nd start of the year. So far, nothing to show for it, though. No balls and 2 strikes. Ramos over at first. The pitch on the way. Hung breaking ball, but it's lined out towards left field. Poffenroth moves in, and he makes the catch. A little bit of everything in that first inning. A double play, a hit, an error, but no runs. The 1 hit, the 1 error, and the 1 runner left on base for Yakima Valley. Half inning in the books. Yakima Valley nothing. Ridgefield coming up. This is Pippins Baseball from the Rourke.
From their Christian Neighbors program for their capital and Raptor battery this year. Donations will be made to the Clark County Food Bank. Thank you to our friends at Safeway and Alberts. Well, when you come to the Walmart, there's lots of ways you can win. Your local Southwest Washington Taco Bells are proud to sponsor the Raptors. Be ready for a free Chalupa Supreme coupon anytime the Raptors pitchers strike out 7 or more opponents at a home game. You'll know that free Taco Bell is on the way when you hear. And Hampton Auto Glass sponsors the Hit It Here sign in center field. Anytime the Raptors player hits the sign, the player who hit the ball and the Rams fan will win a $25 gift card from Anchorage, courtesy of Hampton Auto Glass. Kids, we love having you here at the ballpark tonight. A couple quick reminders for you. Please do not climb the fences. Anyone caught climbing the fences will be asked to leave the ballpark.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex as the Pippins take the field on defense. Jake Cumming making his 2nd start of the season. 5 innings he's worked, 2 hits, no runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. That 1-0 record coming against the Springfield Drifters, and a 0 ERA as he has not allowed a run yet this year. Defense behind him, Emery Henderson in left, Miller in center field, Derek Hurtado out in right. Daichi Furuhata over at third, Cam Fleck at short, Derek Almeida is at second, and Jackson Walker is over at first. Abel Ramos doing the catching as Jake Cumming finishes his warm-ups, spikes one to the backstop, and now gets ready to throw down to second base. He will be facing Jason Nagler, Michael Peraza, and Cade Ladahoff. 1, 2, and 3 here at the top of the Ridgefield Raptor batting order. Final warm-up pitch goes down. Jason Nagler coming into this contest after last night. One of the 5 returning players from last night's roster. Everybody else is different down at the bottom of the order. Nagler went 1 for 4. He's batting .429 this season on a 3-game hitting streak. Nagler already charged with an error on the field. Over at third, that allowed Miller aboard, but that was all we had. And now Jim Courtney asking a question to the Pippins dugout. Can't hear anything because we're protected by a nice pane of glass here in the press box. Having a conversation with Coach Kyle Crestangel before Cumming even throws a pitch. Everybody just kind of standing around waiting for the verdict to come in on this discussion. Jim Courtney puts the mask back on, and now we're ready to go with the Pippins on defense in those baby blue tops. Out of the windup, Cumming, the first pitch, high and away for ball 1. Jake going to feature a hard fastball that can touch 90 and then has a changeup and a breaking ball. The walk number is not exactly where you want through 5 innings, as a wave and a miss evens it to 1-1. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts, though. He said he felt good during that Springfield outing. 4th year in the West Coast League for Jake Cumming after pitching 3 years for the Port Angeles Lefties. 1-1 downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. You look last year with Port Angeles, the walk numbers were a little bit elevated. 2 years ago, though, being used more as a starter, he had great strikeout to walk ratio as he sends one on the outer half, cut on and missed by Nagler, 2-2. So we start off with a righty-righty battle, and then Michael Peraza, the lefty, will hit next. Cumming shakes off, now nods his approval. Out of the windup, the 2-2 pitch, slider downstairs, count runs full. If you weren't with us yesterday, the turf surface here at the Rourke AstroTurf, your usual shade of green in the outfield and infield grass, dark brown, highlighting where the infield dirt would be on a natural field. The payoff pitch, line back up the middle, and stumbling to it is Fleck. He won't get there. It's into center field for a base hit. Both teams get the leadoff man aboard. The Pippins grounded into a double play. Let's see what happens here in the bottom half of the first as Ridgefield sends up Michael Peraza. Peraza last night 1 for 3 in the win over Yakima Valley. He scored a run, he drove in a run, and he was hit by a pitch. A .333 batting average, playing in his 10th game with the Raptors. Coming out of the stretch for the first time, and the first pitch fastball on the outer half dots a strike. Peraza from Redwood City, California. Played college ball at Sacramento State. Check over to first. It's low, and Walker unable to apply a tag. He's building off of back-to-back games with a hit, trying to turn it into a streak. If he could pick one up today. Coming set at the letters, the 0-1 pitch. That, another strike right at the bottom of the zone, 0-2. Peraza just has not been able to bite on anything down or away, as one shouldn't have to. You're looking for something more middle in. The ability to pull as a left-handed hitter, especially at this ballpark, 310 down the line, with the wind usually blowing the ball out there towards the berm. No balls, 2 strikes, wave and a miss, had a changeup. They're going to back pick down to first, and not in time to get Nagler. A strikeout. First out of the bottom of the first inning. Jake Cumming trying to settle in here.
Now batting the first base.
Here's Cade Ladahoff. Ladahoff playing first base today after DHing yesterday. And it was a good DH day for him. 2 for 3 with a runs scored, and a walk. First offering a breaking ball that hit him. Up in near the shoulder to Ladahoff. He's hit by a pitch. So a free pass issued here by Cumming to put 2 on and 1 away. Back to the left-hand batter's box as Zach Wattis digs in for the first time today. Wattis completing his 3rd stop of his collegiate baseball career. Started at Texas Christian, then moved to Central Arizona, and most recently at Loyola Marymount. Batting .294 here in this West Coast League season. Showing bunt, pulling back on a changeup outside to make it 0-1. Wattis playing center field today after going 1 for 4 last night, driving in 2 runs in the 6th inning as the left fielder. New defensive position, same guy in the box. 0-1, high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ladahoff with 1 double on the season. He's drawn 5 walks, though, and one of those here would load the bases. 1-1. There's a slow pitch in there, 1-2, as it caught the top half of the zone. Wattis has driven in 8 so far on the season here in his 10th game as a West Coast Leaguer. A long look out to second by Cumming. The 1-2 pitch is skied foul out of play over towards the soccer field over to our left. It will bounce onto the turf over there and remain there likely because they make the announcement pregame that you're not allowed to go on the other fields here during the game. That'll probably get retrieved later on tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes, still the count. Cumming peering in for a long time. Now comes set at the letters. Runners at first and second. The 1-2 pitch on the way is outside. Tried to spin one in backside, but could not get the call. It's 2-2. Wattis, the last familiar bat from last night. And then we dip into uncharted territory for these Yakima Valley pitchers with Reagan McCluskey scheduled to hit. 2-2. There's a called strike 3 dotted on the outer half. So 2 strikeouts in the frame for Jake Cumming. First and second, 2 away for the catcher, Reagan McCluskey. McCluskey's first action in this series. He's a long way from home, coming out here to the West Coast League, all the way from Brentwood, Tennessee, south of Nashville. Cumming takes 2 looks out to second. Now the first pitch into the catcher is a breaking ball called a strike. McCluskey from Dallas Baptist University was listed for the DBU team as a catcher utility, so has skills behind the dish, but also could be anywhere if he needs it. 0-1 pitch, a hanging breaking ball lined down the left field line. It is foul, and it bounces up into the grass berm to make it 0-2. McCluskey was just too far in front of it. Former number 1 catcher in the state of Tennessee in the class of 2025, Reagan McCluskey. Trying to come through here for the Raptors as they've got Nagler at second, Ladahoff at first, and 2 away. 0-2 pitch on the way from Cumming. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A kinesiology major. That means he's good both on the baseball field and in the classroom. Cumming having to work just a little bit here in the first. The 1-2 pitch to McCluskey blew it right by him. Jake Cumming strikes out the side as 2 runners are going to be left stranded. Nagler at second, Ladahoff at first. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, 2 left on. No score going to the 2nd inning here in Ridgefield. This is Pippins Baseball.
Fans have always having him to work, and the next few games are packed with fun for fans of all ages. Be sure to join us tomorrow night. Late night. All youth baseball and softball players get into the ballpark for free when they show up in their team uniform. Plus, it'll be our first trading card giveaway presented by Peace Health. The first 300 fans through the gates take home a special set of Raptors trading cards. Next Saturday, June 20th, is another Chick-fil-A Saturday. All fans in attendance will leave the ballpark with a coupon of a free Chick-fil-A entree. And you'll get that coupon when you exit the ballpark. Plus, there will be a limited number of Chick-fil-A sandwiches available for sale in the rally wagon. Thank you to our partners at Chick-fil-A Cadgate Park and Chick-fil-A Vancouver Mall Drive. Chick-fil-A Saturdays a possibility. Then Sunday, June 21st, celebrate Father's Day with the Raptors. All kids getting free thanks to Peace Health and the Columbian, and all dads will be on the field to the game for a photo.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. No score between the Pippins and the Raptors. We're in the top of the second inning. Glad you're with us on your Wednesday night. I'm Harmon Johnsen, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins. Jackson Walker, Malachi Emery Henderson, and Derek Almeida due up here in the second. Pippins had a couple of base runners. Only one was left stranded as Tyson Miller was erased on a double play. Ramos was left at first after singling. Cam Fleck flew out to left. So now second inning of work here for Cole Schmidt. Pippins looked like they were seeing the ball well, just couldn't get anything out of it as the first pitch is taken high and tight for ball one. Walker 0 for 3 when he last played on June 6th against the Berries up in Yakima. The 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1 strike at the knees. A 118 batting average for J-Dub, who was one of the leading hitters in the NWAC at Yakima Valley College. Only 2 hits to his name through 6 games. 1-1. Jackson watches a curveball that's spiked downstairs, 2-1. He has drawn a walk. He's stolen a bag, and one of his 6 hits was a double. But the St. Louis commit just struggling a little bit to start the year here. Getting a chance to play at first base. 2-1. He sends one high out towards left field. Poffenroth settling over. This ball carries a little bit farther than you think it would, but Poffenroth right there to make the catch. Those high sky fly balls really get close to the wall. Poffenroth was about 5 to 7 steps away from the edge of the warning track. But with the height, you just had no chance to get that out to left. It was to right, maybe. Here's a left-handed hitter, Malachi Emery Henderson, to try to send one out to right as the first pitch he watches is down and away for ball one. Malachi, 3 hits on the year, 1 of them left the yard. That was opening night. 1-0 pitch. He sends one hard into center field, chasing it back Wattis, but he will make the belt-high catch. The wind not affecting that one at all, and there's quickly 2 away. More tough luck for Malachi as he continues to struggle at the plate. Derek Almeida, second baseman in today's contest, getting ready to hit. He had a good game his last time out. Sunday against the Berries, went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. 231 batting average. First pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Almeida from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Committed to play at Fresno State after a pretty good year at Chaffey College. 1-0. Breaking ball. Downstairs, 2-0. Almeida playing second base today after being a primary shortstop in all of his other action. 2-0. He sends one high and deep out towards left field. Poffenroth looking up. He's at the track, at the wall. Almeida has left the yard. Derek Almeida with his first long ball on the season. And the Pippins strike first here in game 2. Second home run of the series for Yakima Valley. Second solo shot for the Pipps. This was a tape measure shot over the short left field wall. Pippins on top here in the second inning. Here's Levi Sotomayor. First at bat for Levi. Joined the team before the road trip as his first pitch he sees is upstairs for ball one. Sotomayor batting from the left side is the designated hitter today, was taking some reps at first base as he watches ball two downstairs. Sotomayor, no relation, I don't think, to the Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. 2 balls, no strikes to Levi. Watches a ball high and away for a 3-0 count. And so Levi squeezes into the number 13 jersey. A native of Reno, Nevada. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Out of the windup, Schmidt sends in a pitch at the top of the zone for a courtesy strike. 3-1, count stays alive. 6'2", 210 pounds in that left-hand batter's box. Sotomayor with a slight infield shift to the pull side. The 3-1. Here's a shot out towards right field, moving over Farrell to his right, and this ball hung up more than I think everybody thought it would to retire the side. The Pippins fly out once to each of the fields, but Derek Almeida left the yard with a solo home run to make it 1-0 Yakima Valley on 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left on. To the bottom of the second we go. Pippins lead by a run.
Lee Calvert Vancouver is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and all collegiate athletes. Calvert says, "Let's go Raptor." C-Tran is for public transportation system serving Ridgefield and beyond. They proudly served Clark County since 1981. Learn more and plan your next trip at c-tran.com. C-Tran, connecting you to life. And don't forget, your local Taco Bells are a proud sponsor of the Raptors. Be ready for a free coupon for a Chalupa Supreme if the Raptors pitchers strike out 7 or more hitters at any Raptors home game. Chalupa, Chalupa, Chalupa. 90 miles per hour off that. Anytime in 5 hours, 6 hours. It's about the second inning. Yakima Valley leads 1-3.
Bottom of the second inning here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. The Pippins lead it by a score of 1-0 on a home run by Derek Almeida. Good to see him continue his hot stuff after a good game on Sunday. He continues that here down in Ridgefield. Gavin Poffenroth digs into the right-hand batter's box, wrapped up another year with Skagit Valley College as he takes the first pitch strike from Jake Cumming. Just through pitch number 21, he's got a 1-0 lead. Sophomore season with Skagit Valley as he sends one a mile high into the outfield, moving over is Emery Henderson. He says he has it. He moves in to his left, and he makes the catch. Poffenroth was halfway to second base by the time that ball started to come down. Fly out to left field, and now here's Brock Lightgib. Brock Lightgeb, spelled Leitgeb. Attended University of Michigan in the Big Ten Conference. Product of Beaverton, Oregon. Takes a first pitch strike on the outer half from Jake Cummings, who is settling in here in the second inning. All Pacific Northwest second team. 2-time first team All-Metro at Jesuit High School in Beaverton as the next pitch spiked by Cumming, 1-1. Lightgeb also a kinesiology major. Academic All Big Ten this last season with the Wolverines. 1-1. Here's a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. His two older brothers, Brandon and Jake Lakegibb, played college baseball a little bit closer to home at the University of Washington. 1-2 and cut through, and that is strikeout number 4 for Jake Cumming. Was checking to see if Ramos ended up with the baseball. He did. 2 away here in the second. As Jaden Nakamura digs in. Nakamura almost had a highlight reel catch in the top of the first inning. Obvio Ramos lined one up to second, and he had it in the glove, but it popped out as he was on the way to the ground as the first pitch is fouled, rather swung through at the dish. 0-1. Nakamura attending Iowa Western Community College. A little bit closer to where I'm from out there in Nebraska. Had a .357 batting average for the Reveres as he lines one into center field down for a base hit. That's a big reason why he had that .357. Just took it right back where it came from. 2-out single for Nakamura. And now the number 9 hitter, Reed Farrell, the right fielder, will dig in. Reed Farrell committed to play at Fresno State after previously playing at College of the Canyons, which, if you don't know about this Ridgefield team, is a very well-represented squad. First pitch, a bouncer over towards third. Daichi waits for it to come down. Now he sets his feet and throws across. And the story will have to wait about College of the Canyons until a later inning. 1 runner left on after no runs and 1 hit, no errors by the Pippins. 1-0 Yakima Valley. We go to the 3rd inning here in Ridgefield.
Pippins walk. All right, cool. We've got our first game of the night ready down in the third base coaching box. Vic, what's going on? Congratulations to our Disney Match contestants. You won a gift card from Cal Creamery. Don't forget, 8 Cal Creamery is here in the ballpark with us tonight. Try everyone's favorite flavor of Valley's Rocky Road. Be sure to say hi to the folks from 8 Cal Creamery.
It's the top of the 3rd inning here at the Rourke Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Pippins will send up 9, 1, and 2 in their batting order, starting with Derek Hurtado. Hurtado, one of 3 CSU San Bernardino additions. The Coyotes well represented here for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Facing Cole Schmidt, who gave up the solo shot to Derek Almeida in the last inning. Hurtado takes a first pitch breaking ball inside for ball 1. Hurtado wearing the number 38 for Yakima Valley. The high 30s have kind of been traded around here at the start of the year. 1-0 pitch, long windup, and Hurtado ropes it well foul, but he barreled it up just way too early. 1 ball and 1 strike. Derek getting his first action here in a Pippins uniform. It comes game 11 of the season. Joined the team right before the end of the Berries series. 1 ball and 1 strike. Slow, deliberate windup from Schmidt. Breaking ball, a chopper over towards first. Ladahoff going to flip on to first, and Hurtado is out. He dove into the bag, but lost the race by a half a second. Score at 3-1 as the pitcher Schmidt was covering. We're back to the top of the Pippins order. Tyson Miller hits for the 2nd time. Tyson reached as the leadoff man of the game on an error by Nagler over at third. He was then retired on a double play. He shows bunt, but he pulls it back as the pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Miller wearing those bright yellow batting gloves that we've grown accustomed to him seeing as he swings and slices one foul off on the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's got a lot of yellow, most likely from his time with Bakersfield. Roadrunners wear blue and yellow. A little bit lighter shade of blue for Tyson today. 1-1, a deliberate breaking ball, top of the zone. It's 2-1. Schmidt definitely changing his velocities here. Out of the windup, 2 balls and a strike to Tyson. He sends one again, foul on the left side. This will get out of play. So 2-2 the count. Home plate umpire Jim Courtney requesting a few more baseballs. He'll get them after the next pitch. Schmidt shakes out his arms, comes set before the windup, right in front of his stomach. Goes into the motion. The 2-2 pitch to Tyson is upstairs and runs the count full. Schmidt working now into the mid-30s for his pitch count. We're in the 3rd inning. The payoff pitch to Tyson, a breaking ball that stayed outside. Wasn't able to quite spin it back over the plate. A 1-out walk for Yakima Valley. Another base runner for the Pipps. So now it's Daichi Furuhata, grounded into the 4-6-3 double play that retired both he and Miller back in the 1st. Daichi working off of a 9-game hitting streak. He was able to extend that streak with the solo home run yesterday. We've seen a lot of doubles and now a couple of home runs from Daichi. Miller going to be chased back over to first with a pickoff throw. He is back in plenty of time. Would love to see Daichi find some green grass and let Tyson run a little bit. Miller with 3 stolen bases has plenty of speed. There he goes. The first pitch is a strike down at the knees. The throw down gets away from the covering second baseman Nakamura, but not far enough to advance Miller any further. 4th stolen bag of the year for Tyson. Runner in scoring position with 1 away for Yakima Valley. Daichi crowding the plate in the right-hand batter's box, facing the right-handed hurling Cole Schmidt out of the stretch for the 3rd time today. A long look back at second, and Miller, the 0-1, is served the opposite way foul over towards the walkway. This will bounce once and on top of the dugout roof of one of the adjoining fields. So no balls and 2 strikes to Daichi. Pippins with 1 run already on the board, trying to add on. Miller standing out at second, finding a little bit of the sunshine that's peeking through between some clouds over on the horizon line. A look to second, the 0-2 pitch to Daichi, a breaking ball on the ground at third. Nagler backhands, looks the runner back. The throw is in time to get Daichi. Another close play at first. The Pippins' legs not able to beat it out. Tyson had to stay put as Nagler waited till the last second to look him back. 2 away. Upville Ramos. Back up to the plate after a single in the 1st inning. A single here would score Tyson. Again, good speed on the base paths for the Pipps. Set at the belt is Schmidt. The first pitch to Ramos bounces away, but not far away enough to allow Miller to advance to third. It took a bounce off of Ramos, but he was standing in the batter's box, so no interference. He's entitled to his space. Cam Fleck waits on deck. 1 run, 2 hits so far for Yakima Valley. No runs, 2 hits for Ridgefield. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. The 1-0 pitch to Upville. There's a strike. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Schmidt, no strikeouts yet today. He has walked 1. This is coming after 6 strikeouts in his previous 8 innings he's pitched. Coming set again over on the first base side of the rubber. Takes a look back to second. 1-1 pitch on the way. Ramos chops a breaking ball off of his foot. And so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's too bad it was off his foot. It was so slowly hit off of that lead foot that it might have been an infield single. But very obviously in some pain, Abel Ramos walking it off behind the batter's box. Jim Courtney going to give a catcher some time, as Ramos will be back behind the crouch in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Catchers and umpires taking care of each other. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramos chokes up on the stick. Has about a half a hand length between the knob of the bat and his bottom hand. There goes Tyson. 1-2. This is a high chop behind the mound. Peraza going to charge in. He is not going to have a play. A couple of singles for Abel Ramos in this game. Runners are at the corners, and 2 away for Cam Fleck. With turf, you have not very many random hops, but when you pound one into the ground like that, you can get a mile-high chop off the ground. And by the time it got down to Peraza, he had no chance to gun it over to first. Time for Cam to come up big. Ramos over at first. There he goes. They're going to hold the ball and put it in the pocket of McCluskey, conceding the stolen base to Abel Ramos. Pippins have had success on that play in the couple of games past, scoring the run when the throw went down to second. So now 2 in scoring position for Cam. It was ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is right on the outer half for a strike, 1-1. Fleck flew out to left to end the 1st inning. On the year, Cam with 2 RBI thanks to 2 hits. 1-1, deep breath. Now the pitch, a breaking ball high and tight to Fleck to make it 2 balls and a strike. Jackson Walker waiting in the on-deck circle. Cam Fleck tasked with 2 in scoring position and 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Schmidt brings it home. It's a fastball sent the opposite way. Farrell chasing it back, backpedaling right in front of the track. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Pippins strand a pair on the base pads after no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Pippins lead it 1-0 here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex.
And really apart from second rotation. Get had hot dogs, stops, and then you have the alleyway and then left wheels. Purple Boot Service invites everyone to experience life around the fields every day. Service, crowds, that's it. On the according to you, sure, community minded finance, Ridgefield and it's 1952. The Oakland Corporation is the Raptors' domestic beer partner, serving Clark County's 1990. That's a little really, it's over the it's the that's all.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here in Ridgefield. Pippins lead it by a score of 1-0. Derek Almeida solo home run in the 2nd is the only run on the board so far. Pippins will have to face the top of the order for Ridgefield. Jake Cumming through 2 innings. He has allowed 2 hits, but he has struck out 4. Sitting at 29 pitches on his outing right now. Jace Nagler got a single back in the 1st inning to lead off the offensive side of the ball for the Raptors. Pippin's going to put a pull side shift on the infield for him as a breaking ball crosses the dish for strike 1 from Cumming. Nagler from Eastern Oregon University, which is an NAIA school in the Cascade Collegiate Conference. 0-1, served foul out of play. It's 0-2. He was at Lower Columbia College for a couple of years. before transferring on to Eastern Oregon. Coming off of a year where he's named NAIA Third Team All-American and the Cascade Collegiate Conference Player of the Year. 0-2 pitch. This pitch gets away, not fouled off. Ramos goes to the backstop to grab it, and Walker catches it over at first to complete the strikeout. Good awareness by Ramos that ball was not fouled off. He chased it back to the wooden backstop. It bounced friendly towards him. Walker over there to complete the play. So now 5 strikeouts for Jake Cumming. Michael Perazo digs in for his second at-bat. First pitch from Cumming, a fastball on the outer half, dotted for a strike. Made an immediate impact for Sacramento State, earning the shortstop's job, playing 57 games, a 308 batting average, 28 RBI. Cummings misses downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Was on the Brooks Wallace Award watch list. I believe the final 3 for either that or the Golden Spikes came out today. 1-1. There's a fastball outer half called a strike by Jim Courtney. It's 1-2 to Perazo. Perazo from Junipero Serra High School in San Mateo, California. 1-2 pitch. Bounces into Ramos. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Was a part of a West Catholic Athletic League championship title as a senior and then headed on to Sac State. Again, making an immediate impact. 0 for 1 today, though. In danger of going 0 for 2 as Cumming has him in a 2-2 count with 1 away. Out of the windup, here comes Jake. High and away with a fastball. Count runs to 3-2. Perazo came into this game batting .333. He'd only struck out twice. The payoff pitch sent the opposite way, dying fast into left field, down for a base hit. Malachi gets over to it. 1-out single for Michael Perazo. Raptors have the tying run on the base pads. Now here's Cade Ladahoff. Ladahoff was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Was left stranded at first, though, after going 2 for 3 yesterday, scoring a run and drawing a walk. Check over to first, and back in plenty of time is Perazo. Ladahoff spent a year at NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, which is in the America East Conference. Cumming set at the letters. A deep breath, a long pause. Now the first pitch, a strike at the top of the zone to the former NJIT true freshman, second team All-American. Was also the America East Rookie of the Year. No balls and a strike. Cumming brings it home. Down and away, 1-1. During that year for NJIT, he set single season records for the Institute's hits and RBI numbers at 79 and 60 respectively. Then moved on to Michigan in the Big Ten the last couple of years. 1-1, breaking ball, pounded foul towards his dugout over on the third base side. It's 1-2. Played first base, played designated hitter. Of course, the Wolverines were in Omaha for the Big Ten tournament before getting ousted. College World Series about to get underway this weekend up there at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner takes off. It's a swing and a miss. The throw down from Ramos sails into center field, but backing up is Tyson Miller. Ladahoff swings through it. Perazo steals second. 2 away, man in scoring position for Zach Wattis. I mentioned Wattis has multiple stops in his collegiate career. Began at Texas Christian University, which is a D1, better known as TCU. First pitch, breaking ball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Didn't see much action there, so he went to the JUCO level, played at Central Arizona College, batting .342 with 11 home runs and 59 RBI in 60 games for the Vaqueros. Made it back to the D1 levels this last year at Loyola Marymount. 1-0, a hard line drive out towards right field. Hurtado looking up, this ball into the bullpen and gone. Zach Wattis sends one over the right field fence, and the Raptors have grabbed the lead. It's 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Wattis, his first home run on the season. Pippins find themselves down by 1 now as Cummings surrenders the long ball.
Batting the catcher,
Here's Reagan McCluskey. Catcher struck out to end the first inning. He grounds the first pitch he sees out to Fleck at short. Throw across to Walker is in time, but the damage has been done. The Raptors put up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and none left on the base pads. A 2-run home run by Zach Wattis has the Raptors leading through 3. It's 2-1 here at the Rourke going to the middle innings.
Chick-fil-A Cascade Park and Chick-fil-A Man Home Drive, Southwest Washington's only Chick-fil-A restaurants are proud partners with the Ridgefield Raptors. Join Chick-fil-A in putting on the Raptors this season. Chick-fil-A says, let's go Raptors. Yakima dealerships proudly supports the Ridgefield Raptors. 75 years of cars, community, and teamwork. Dick Hanna, proud supporters of your Raptors. The official chiropractic of the Ridgefield Raptors is Dr. Bonnie and her team equivalent chiropractic. They keep the Raptors ready for success. Proudly servicing Southwest Washington for over 20 years. Their clinic offers a variety of health and wellness options. And Holiday Inn North Vancouver is the official hotel of the Ridgefield Raptors. Visit holidayinn.com to plan your next trip. Did you change time? Gotcha. Thanks. Yeah, I told you. Clusters in with class 2 follow. You were spot on. Yeah, 23. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Raptors, number 34, Ryan McClaskey.
New pitcher into the game for the Ridgefield Raptors as we are in the top of the 4th inning here at the Rourke. Pippins trail 2-1. It was a 2-run home run by Zach Wattis that gave Ridgefield the lead. And so now coming into the game is Ryan McClaskey, making his 5th appearance on the season, an 0-1 record, 5 innings he's worked, a .338 ERA, and 3 strikeouts. Taking a look back at his appearances, he worked on opening night, night 3, night 4, and then night 6 is not pitched in a couple of days, as the first pitch he throws is a foul ball off the bat of Jackson Walker. Walker flew out to left field to start the 2nd inning. McClaskey has given up only 3 runs on the season. All 3 of them, yes. 2 of the 3 have been earned. Next pitch is high, ball 1, 1-1. His longest outing on the season was June 2nd against the Kamloops North Paws. That was 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout. 1-1 to Walker, upstairs 2-1. His most recent outing was June 4th against the North Paws. Both times he worked were in losses. He actually took the loss in that most recent appearance. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them was earned. 2-1, again upstairs to Jackson Walker. For McClaskey, he has walked only 2 this year, striking out 3, giving up 5 hits in those 5 1/3 innings. Certainly been a 1 or 2 inning guy. 3-1. Jackson skies one out to center field. Wattis coming in a few steps, but other than that, didn't have to move. And Jackson is out number 1 here in the 4th. Brings up Malachi Emery Henderson. Malachi flew out to center field in the 2nd inning, trying to get this game back to square. You know, Malachi's got the power to do so. If Wattis can hit it out to right, you know that Malachi can, as he watches a first pitch slider over the heart of the plate for strike 1. The only unfortunate thing is you know that Malachi is swinging for the fences, and so that's why he has high strikeout numbers and only 3 hits on the year. Still swinging that turquoise bat. The 0-1, high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Encouraging, at least, that Jackson Walker was able to run the count to a 3-ball count, just unable to get a productive swing on it as he flew out to center field. 1-1. Malachi swings through a slider. It's 1-2. Sun setting here on the Rourke. Still a very large contingent on hand. Most of them out in the grass berms, but this place is much more alive than it was yesterday. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. The pitch to Malachi, a breaking ball, stayed out the plate. It's 2-2. Last night's attendance here at the Rourke was 823. There was probably close to 2,000 people here today. It was Ridgefield School District Appreciation Night. 2-2 to Malachi, another breaking ball that stayed off the plate. So the count runs to 3-2, back-to-back 3-ball counts to a Pippins hitter, but right now just a fly out to show for it. Malachi looking for any sort of hit he can get. Payoff pitch on the way to Emery Henderson. He swung through a fastball and becomes strike 2. Malachi just can't seem to catch up to anything right now, in some sort of funk at the plate. Here's Derek Almeida. Almeida with the solo home run back in the 2nd inning. It was 336 feet out to left field, 90 miles an hour off the bat. Almeida trying to get on and extend the inning here. First pitch to him, he sends foul off over on the right side. 0-1. So Derek continues his good play the last couple of days. Went 2 for 3 on Sunday. Did not play yesterday. 3 of his last 4 with a walk included in there. 0-1 upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. That fastball a little bit firmer than the most recent ones have been. It'll be interesting to see how much McClaskey works today. He's gone 2 innings so far this year as his longest outing, but nothing more than that. We're only in the 4th frame. 1-1. Almeida, bouncer back up the middle. This is going to be stabbed by Peraza out at short. The throw across the diamond from the second base's position. The shortstop able to make the play. Good running defensive play by Peraza out at short. The Pippins set down in order in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on the base paths. Bottom of the 4th is next. The Raptors lead it 2-1.
Fans for Ridgefield Raptors would like to take this moment to thank our military and first responders for their service. If you are active military or a veteran, a member of law enforcement, fire, medical personnel, please stand so that you can be recognized tonight. Thank you for your service. Step up to the plate with Rose Real Estate Group, with a local all-star team specializing in real estate sales, appraisals, and mortgage lending. If you're trying to score big in the real estate market, make sure to include the Rose Real Estate Group in your lineup. America's best tire warranties included with the tire that you buy at your local Schwab.
Jake coming back to work here in the bottom of the fourth inning after surrendering the lead on a 2-run home run by Zach Wattis in the third. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 for the Ridgefield Raptors. Gavin Poffenroth, Brock Leetgeb, and Jaden Nakamura. Poffenroth, 0 for 1 today, flying out to left field. Attended Skagit Valley College the last couple of years. Looked really good as a freshman, batting .270. He bounced around the West Coast League in last season. First pitch from Cumming, a breaking ball inside 1-0. He was with Cowlitz last year. .302 batting average, 47 games with the Black Bears. 1-0, skied foul. This is drifting out of play and onto the protective netting over here at the Rourke that covers the main walkway. You're going to have to be down in the berms if you're going to get a foul ball here in Ridgefield. The nets do have a little pull cord that there's a hole in the middle that you could go up on a ladder and grab it down. But that ricochet not enough to knock any of the 4 or 5 foul balls that are up there free. The next pitch downstairs, 2-1. Poffenroth also spent just a small part of last summer with the CCL All-Star team. Pitch upstairs. Did he go around? No, says Thomas Glynn. 3 balls and a strike. So Poffenroth looking for a new home after spending 2 years in the NWAC. North Region second team all-region honors under his belt. 3-1 pitch from Jake is downstairs, ball 4. First walk issued by Jake Cumming comes in the 4th inning. Brock Leetgeb will hit now. Leetgeb, the designated hitter. He struck out back in the 2nd inning against Cumming. Cumming with 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk to his name. 50 pitches into this outing. Bottom of the 4th inning. As Leetgeb swings a pink stick. First pitch. Over the heart of the plate, 0-1 with a breaking ball. Pippins in their baby blue tops, baby blue caps, gray pants. Raptors in black tops, white pants, and maroon caps. 0-1 pitch, wave and a miss at a breaking ball below the zone for Leetgeb. No balls and 2 strikes. A walk to Poffenroth, and now an 0-2 count here to Leetgeb. Cumming looking for a 7th strikeout. Short lead over at first for Poffenroth. Long pause for Cumming. The pitch on the way. The 0-2 is outside. They're going to throw down to first, and not in time, according to Thomas Glynn. That was a closer play than I think Poffenroth realized. Walker threw the tag down, and the inside hand, the right hand of Poffenroth, was diving back to the bag. Looked pretty close, but does not go Yakima Valley's way. A line drive out towards right field. Hurtado going to stab the ball on its way towards his head. First out of the inning. And now Jaden Nakamura. Nakamura playing second base in this contest. So from Beaverton, Oregon, attended Aloha High School. 4 letters for Aloha, 4 all-league selections. 2 times he was all-state as this pitch is bounced foul over at the plate. 0-1. Got to play in the Oregon All-Star Series down at Goss Stadium in Corvallis, which one of the ballparks here in the West Coast League. Corvallis Knights having their home opener tonight. Hard to believe we're at June 10th and they're playing their first home game. Long pause from Cumming. 0-1 pitch on the way, waved through. Nakamura couldn't catch up with the fastball. It's 0-2. And so Nakamura will get a chance to head back down to Goss, this time as a member of the Ridgefield Raptors at some point this season. Pippins won't go down to Goss until the end of the year. Second to last road series is against the Corvallis Knights. Cumming, a long pause after Cumming set. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball outer half. Ball one. Ramos held it there for a half a second, trying to steal the call. So the count 1-2 strikes. Poffenroth still over at first. We've not seen much action from him on the base pads. Takes about a step and a half to a 2-step lead. 1-2. Fastball outer half. This is ball 2. Nakamura laying off a couple of enticing pitches. Works his way closer into this count. 2-2 strikes. A few long shadows drifting over the turf playing surface, most notably the third base dugout roof. 2-2 strikes. Cumming misses down and away. Ball 3. After having Nakamura ahead 0-2, the second baseman has worked his way back into this count. One away, man at first, Poffenroth. Nakamura waits on a payoff pitch from Jake Cumming. Here it comes. It is inside, called strike 3. A ring up from Jim Courtney. That is strikeout number 7 for Jake Cumming. 2 away for Reed Farrell. Farrell grounded out to third base back in the second inning. As it looks like Cumming needs some help out there on the hill. His glasses maybe have broken. Pull out the binoculars here and see what he's got in his hand. He was wearing some goggles, and I think the Pippin's trying to scramble to find his backup pair. He's holding them in his hands. And so Coach Stallscheider, the pitching coach, will head down towards his bag. Looks like Francisco Lopez has the backup pair of goggles. Maybe just needed a lens cleaning. They fell off and made their way to the turf, got all smudged up. Now Cumming ready to go. He's got clean spectacles and can see the plate to face Reed Farrell. Spent the year at College of the Canyons, 369 batting average, 11 home runs, 53 RBI. And again, for those unfamiliar with the Ridgefield Raptors, College of the Canyons usually well featured because Chris Cota has so many ties there, most notably as a coach. First pitch breaking ball called a strike at the bottom of the zone to Reed Farrell. And so Farrell and Cota stick together for the summer before Farrell heads off to Fresno State, committing to the Mountain West Conference School. Kind of a family heritage thing, as parents attended Fresno State. 0-1, hit him on the helmet. No, they saying foul ball? Yeah. Right off the bat, he was ducking down because it was going to hit him on the helmet. He just didn't get the lumber out of the way. That's a silly strike, too, if you're Reed Farrell. So now Cumming a strike away from stranding a runner at first. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Farrell 0 for 1, grounding out to third. Cumming set at the stomach. Longer pause, the 0-2 pitch on the way. Got a piece of it into the netting, did Farrell. Still alive, 0-2. The ball bounces over towards the Pippins dugout. Nobody out to get it yet. And now Jason Hagler will head down there as the on-deck hitter. He's asking maybe if one of the Pippins staff could have went and got it. Don't know why the ball boy didn't go get it either, but either way, the ball's off the field now. No balls and 2 strikes. Man at first is Poffenroth. Cumming, a deep breath. Kicks and fires the 0-2, roped out to left field. Emery Henderson barely had to move as he squeezes that fly ball for out number 3. Gavin Poffenroth walks to lead off the inning, but then a fly out, strikeout, and a fly out means no runs on no hits, no errors. 1 left on for the Raptors To the fifth inning we go here at the Rourke. Pippins trail 2-1, trying to get that lead back.
We have our which is leading to here. Singer from Southbridge Elementary and Union Branch Elementary. Oh my. Oh. Working on you. What number you working is doing? The umpire singing, yeah. The umpire singing, yeah. Goodbye. Well, that's the good thing about Portland. Oh. Oh, no, I'm you. Nobody was just read me the list. Where is it now? All right, we'll give your agent a call. Thank you, South Ridge, Union Ridge, and special guest soloist. Don't forget, kids, to walk back to your seats when you get off the field. Thank you. No wrong right here. The cats. Okay, down. Yeah. Thanks. Kid walking out to the table. The break between the fourth and fifth innings. 5-minute stretch time. It's 10 minutes for Ridgefield School District tonight. Group team starts off with audience. What tells us? See, my folks, we were spread every guy. Please be serious. Angel for tonight.
An extended break going into the fifth inning as Ridgefield School District Night brought out a wide variety of elementary schoolers to sing the traditional Take Me Out to the Ball Game just a few innings early in case any of them were headed home before the seventh inning. And so a little bit longer to warm up for McClaskey coming in for his second inning of work to face the Pippins 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in the top of the fifth inning. Good change from last year. Last year, the Raptors did that singing when the Pippins' arm was about to warm up, and they were not made aware of it. And so this year, getting it fixed so that it's between innings, and if anybody's kind of on the shorter end, it's your defense because it's your promotion. That's how it should be done. First pitch, rides in and hits Levi Sotomayor. Maybe the extended break affecting McClaskey just a little bit. As Sotomayor hitting the hands. One on, nobody out. First pitch into this fifth inning. Derek Hurtado digs into the left-hand batter's box. I don't know how well you could hear it on the audio stream, but it was a good rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. They sang through it twice, which in my baseball Bible is kind of a sin. Nobody knows the second verse. They sang the first verse twice. First pitch, a strike to Derek Hurtado, but still a very good rendition. The kids putting in some extra practice at the end of the year to learn Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and got to perform that and the national anthem at the start of the game. No balls, one strike. The pitch into Hurtado, in off the hands. This is slowly out to short. Peraza going to have one play. It's at first. Hurtado out by a step. He advances Sotomayor on to second. And we go back to the top of the lineup card. Tyson Miller has been on twice. Reached on an error. He also walked. Starting to feel some shadows on the ballpark as we're going to have to turn the lights on soon with the setting sun. It's behind a cloud right now, and so the sun will come back, but the field definitely dark. Miller waits on the first pitch from McClaskey. Breaking ball high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Tyson trying to find a way to get Levi home. That would tie the game. Pippins got 1 run in the top of the second on a home run by Derek Almeida. The Raptors responded with a 2-run shot by Zach Wattis in the third. 1-0. Tyson swings through a high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Daichi Furuhata waits on deck. He is 0 for 2. Looking to extend his hitting streak to 10 games. Game number 11 of the year. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tyson. McClaskey looks out towards second and misses down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tyson, if you weren't with us early on in this game, a late addition to the lineup. Jay O'Neill was supposed to play center field, but was scratched after BP with some soreness. So Tyson fills his spot. 2-1, sent down the left field line. This is tailing foul into the berm. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've got a nice thick pane of glass here, but I could hear through the windows. That was not the cleanest contact for Tyson off that bat. Almost close to snapping it based on where he hit that off the end. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on the way home in the dirt. 3-2. A walk would put 2 aboard and only 1 away for Daichi. Miller was left at third after walking in the third. Long pause, the payoff pitch on the way home, inside, ball 4. Tyson draws another walk. So it's Sotomayor at second, Tyson Miller at first. And now a mound visit going to be made by the Raptors. Ahead of the at-bat by Daichi Furuhata. We'll do it a couple outs early. Gives us a chance to look around the rest of the West Coast League. Again, 1 game already in the books today. Victoria beat Edmonton 8-5 up at Remax Field. Pippins will be there starting on Friday afternoon, playing a 3-game series against the Riverhawks. Bottom of the 4th inning in Wenatchee, the Apple Sox lead the Springfield Drifters 6-0. Bottom of the 4th in Kamloops, the North Paws lead the Port Angeles Lefties 5-1. Top of the 5th inning, up in Kelowna, Walla Walla leads at 1-0 over the Falcons. The Marion Berries down in Corvallis for the night's home opener, leading it 2-1 in the top of the 5th. And the other game tonight, Bellingham hosting Nanaimo. The Bells lead it 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Daichi Furuhata. Coming off of a solo home run last night that extended his hitting streak, takes the first pitch he sees for a strike on the outer half. A 9-game streak for Daichi. He has gotten at least 1 hit in every game he has played in. 0-1, a look to second. Daichi, half-hearted swing. Did he go? They do not appeal. It was down and away for ball 1. That is something you'll see with Purahara. Sometimes he'll chase the ugliest of pitches and then turn around and get a hit on that same ugly pitch. 1-1 strike here. McClaskey takes a double check out at second. Now Daichi puts it on the ground out towards short. Peraza going to go to second for one, but it is dropped. And so they're going to say that is an out at second and then dropped on the transfer by Nakamura. Daichi reaches on the fielder's choice. Tyson forced out at second for the second time today. They're going to give an error. An error on that play.
Oh, he did get the out. Oh, well, the umpire.
Swing and a miss. First time from Ramos. Should be just a fielder's choice. Should be an out on the transfer. Daichi on at first. Sotomayor at third. On the ground, back up the middle. This is going to sneak through for a base hit. Levi crosses the plate. Abel Ramos, 3 for 3. 3 singles on the day. The third, the biggest one so far, as it ties this game at 2.
Now batting the shortstop, number 30.
That'll bring up Cam Fleck with 2 on and 2 away. McClaskey surrenders his first run here in his second inning of relief. First pitch to Cam at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. He disagreed. It was around the knees. It's 0-1. Cam trying to drive in his third run of the year. Ramos, decent lead at first. Daichi's at second. This is on the ground foul past third base. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Poffenroth will send the foul ball over into his bullpen. As we reset for an 0-2 pitch to Cam Fleck. He's flown out to left. He's flown out to right. It's Daichi at second. Ramos at first. 0-2 pitch to Cam is high and away to make it 1-0. Cam has drawn 2 walks on the year. He's driven in 2 runners. He's got a couple of hits to his name. Klasky comes set at the letters. Runners get their leads. The 1-2 pitch to Cam. Downstairs, did he go around? No, says Thomas Glenn. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Pippins shortstop. Lights have been turned on. The sun reappears from behind the cloud. Daichi at second. Obville at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the top of the 5th. The pitch to Cam is well high. The count runs full. The runners will get a head start. Pippins trying to retake the lead. They've got it tied right now. Daichi Furuhata at second. Abel Ramos over at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. There go the runners. The pitch is grounded high over towards Nagler at third. He's going to set his feet. He's going to throw to first, and he's going to get the out. The Pippins able to tie this game as Levi Sotomayor crosses the plate. Call it 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on the base paths. Halfway home here in Ridgefield, 2 apiece between the Pippins and the Raptors.
Ridgefield Raptors for 2026. Kids ages 7 to 14. Sign up for one of my baseball or softball camps presented by the California Tribe and West Quad Tire. Learn directly Raptors players and coaches this summer. You can sign up right now at RidgefieldRaptors.com. And we're just about ready for the first Kids Cup game of the season. Raptors are teaming up with Burgerville. Bring back Valley Kids Club. It's available for kids 12 and under. You get free tickets to select games, a souvenir lunchbox or drawstring bag, discounted Raptors gear, and much more when you join. Sign up today at RidgefieldRaptors.com. Our first Kids Cup game is next Friday, June 19th. Make sure you're here, ready to go as a member of the Kids Club. The official chiropractor of your Ridgefield Raptors, Dr. Bobby and her team of Woodland Chiropractic, keep the Raptors ready for success. Proudly servicing Southwest Washington for 20 years, their clinic offers a variety of health and wellness options. Woodland Chiropractic.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Bottom of the fifth inning here at the Rourke, as it's affectionately known by Raptors fans and Ridgefield High School Spudders fans. For the Raptors, it is the top of their order. Nagler, Perazzo, and Ladahoff. As they try to retake the lead in this game, Pippins got it tied in the top half of the fifth. A leadoff hit by pitch came around to score after a walk, a fielder's choice, and a single by Abel Ramos punches it through to tie the game. Here's Nagler taking a first pitch high from Jake Cummings. It is 1-0. Nagler 1 for 2 today, a single in the first, a strikeout in the third. Coming only at 65 pitches here in the fifth inning. Jake fires a fastball in to make it 1-1. You'd love to see Cumming get through this inning and maybe one more. Pippin's bullpen does have quite a few arms down there, but you've got a long trip ahead of you. A breaking ball in over the heart of the plate, 1-2 now. Jake able to get the call. He's got 7 strikeouts to his name, only 1 walk. That's a good sign. Only 1 hit by pitch as well. It's given up 4 hits. Out of the windup, the 1-2 sliced the opposite way foul off the bent of Nagler. Still 1-2. Pippin's bullpen will grab that loose ball and get it out of the field of play. Yakima Valley does have a couple of arms up and stretching down there. Cumming takes a deep breath into the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside. Couldn't quite catch the outer edge. 2-2. Lloyd maybe grabbing a baseball and doing some stretching. 2-2 off the end of the bat out towards center field. Miller charging in. He'll settle under it. He'll make the catch. 1 away here in the fifth on the fly out to center field. And now Michael Perazzo. Perazzo is also 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout, although his single came in the third and his strikeout came in the first. Just backwards of the way Nagler got the job done. Coming out of the wind, the first pitch to him is outside, ball 1. Looked to be a changeup there from Jake. 1-0. Fastball's been lively tonight. I guess the best part of the outing so far for Cumming, though, has been the control. Walked 4 against Springfield in 5 innings. Fastball, this time outside. Ramos checks with Jim Courtney where it was. 2-0. Daichi playing in at third with the left-handed stick up. 2-0 pitch. Made him throw a strike. There it was over the heart of the plate. Makes it now 2-1. Jake building off of a 6 strikeout appearance against Springfield with 7 today as he misses down and in with a breaking ball, now 3-1. Pippins and Raptors locked at 2 here at the Rourke. Bottom of the fifth inning. 3-1 pitch from Jake. That stayed outside, ball 4. Pippins were getting part of the outside part of the plate earlier today, just not able to get that here in the fifth. Second walk issued by Cumming. Cade Ladahoff, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the third. He was hit by a pitch in the first, but was left stranded there as part of the back-to-back strikeouts by Wattis and McCluskey. Coming back to the stretch. First pitch sent foul out on the right side. This will land up on the netting. and be harmless for strike one. Ladahoff waves the bat twice before putting it over his right shoulder. Coming. Runner takes off. Breaking ball is drilled out towards left field. Malachi back on the track at the wall. He makes the catch. Making his way all the way back to first will be Peraza in ahead of the throw from Emery Henderson. This ball was sent way too high in the air for this launch pad to keep it inside the field of play. Ladahoff put a charge in it, but just could not get it over the wall. 2 away. Wattis with the home run back in the third. The reason it's 2-2. First pitch, he sends one foul on the left side. 0-1. Fans here thought they had one. Thought they had the lead back. Lucky that the runner Peraza was able to recognize where the catch was. Otherwise, he might have been doubled off at first. No balls, 1 strike. The lefty Wattis waits. Cummings sends one outside. 1-1. We'll see how Cummings approaches this at bat. Likely going to stay outside with a lot of his pitches because you don't want to give Wattis a chance to pull anything out over that right field fence, as he's done once already tonight. He struck out in his first plate appearance and then the 2-run bomb. 1-1 pitch, runner takes off. The pitch is outside. Ramos throws it down. The tag applied right on the helmet of Michael Peraza. Abel Ramos catches another one on the base pads. Zach Wattis will have to wait to complete the at-bat until the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on the base pads. We're through 5 here at the Rourke. 2-2 is the score between the Pippins and the Raptors.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please turn your attention to the field at this time? We ask if you're able to please rise and remove your hats. And join Ridgefield High School junior Chloe Kraft performing America the Beautiful. I love this. Nobody should either. No, one in the band. And oh, she well. She hasn't played something like usually right. We have them done on Sunday. Oh, there's not to go. I know. I need the library. It's that's what I know. Wow. You know, one of the best ones, Zach Thomas, it's kind of blown up in the country world.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. America the Beautiful. I like that addition to the End of the 5th inning. We get ready for baseball again here in the 6th. Jackson Walker, Malachi Emery Henderson, Derek Almeida due up to hit for Yakima Valley. 2-2 is the score. Pippins trying to take the lead. They had the lead in the 2nd, gave it up in the 3rd, tied it up in the 5th. That's where we sit now in the 6th. Ryan McClaskey back out there for his 3rd inning of work. Should he record an out, it would be his longest outing of the year. His first pitch to J-Dub is served the opposite way, shallow out towards Farrell. He'll come in, fighting the sun, and make the catch for the first out of the 6th. Jackson has flown out to left, to center, and now to right. He's had to lead off all 3 times he's hit. Cam Fleck's been the 3rd out of the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th innings, meaning Walker was the first at bat in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th. And now Malachi Emery Henderson. Facing McClaskey, he struck out back in the 4th. As he waves through the first pitch he sees, 0-1. Malachi continues to be in a funk at the plate. Had the home run opening night, had a couple of hits since then, one in Springfield, one at home, just has not been able to find consistency as he sends one foul over our heads here in the center community room that is modified into a press box. It's 0-2. Malachi looking for any way on. He had some walks early on in the year, but those have disappeared. 0-2, down and away. So the count now 1-2. Bodies out in both bullpens. Pippins have a couple guys getting ready to warm up. Cummings sitting at 80 pitches. McClaskey comes set at the belt. The 1-2 to Malachi is fouled off of his foot. He stays alive, but in a very painful way. Out in the Ridgefield bullpen, looks to be maybe a little bit of catch play going on. Nothing serious yet. One ball, 2 strikes. Emery Henderson with new life. A 1-2 on the way from McClaskey. Outside slider. Ball 2. That outside part of the plate to these lefties has been hit and miss tonight, but overall, I think it's been fairly consistent. 2-2. Malachi leaves one upstairs. The count runs full. Good fight here by Malachi to lay off some close pitches. See if he can draw a walk. Pippins do have outfielders on the bench, so you might see a pinch runner here should Malachi get on. Payoff pitch on the way. Half swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Jim Courtney didn't need the appeal, although it wouldn't be a very good appeal because Thomas Glenn behind first can't really see the bat path. Strikeout. Second time that McClaskey has gotten Emery Henderson on strikes. Here's Derek Almeida. Almeida with the solo home run in the 2nd, the ground out in the 4th. First pitch, fouled straight back. No balls, 1 strike. Almeida swinging an all-black stick tonight. Green batting gloves to go along with that blue top, dark green helmet. Those gray pants for the Pippins. 0-1. Downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Derek. Fresno State commit. Got a couple of those playing tonight. 2-2 the score. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs here for the Pips. The 1-1 is sent foul off into the secondary field behind us. It's now 1-2. Sun continuing to set off on the horizon. This field oriented to the northeast. Right field, first base, second base, having to fight the sunshine right now. McClaskey trying to get through 3 innings. The 1-2 breaking ball left alone outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Derek danced away from the right-hand batter's box to keep his bat from traveling through. Scoreboard full of 2s. 2-2 the score, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs the count. The pitch. High and tight to Derek. The count will run full. Levi Sotomayor waits in the on-deck circle. He led off the 5th inning with a hit by pitch and then came around to score the tying run. Now some throwing happening down in the Raptors bullpen. Payoff pitch. Derek called strike 3 on the outer half with a slider. Pippins frozen again. No runs, no hits, no errors. None left on the base paths as they get set down in order. To the bottom of the 6th we go, tied at 2 here in Ridgefield. This is Pippins baseball.
Man, you're going to make plans to join us again soon. We've got great giveaways and community celebrations coming up right here at the Roar. Next Friday, June 19th, will be our first Kids Club game. All Kids Club members will get free tickets to the game. Plus, you can join the Raptors all the way from National Anthem. Looking ahead, the Raptors local wine night is coming up Friday, June 26th. Sip and sample up to 12 of the finest wines from around Clark County. You must be 21 or older to register, and all registrants will receive a commemorative wine glass. Special event packages are also available right now at RidgefieldRaptors.com. Then Sunday, June 28th, it's Military Appreciation Night, presented by Rose Real Estate. All veterans and active military members will get into the game for free. Make sure you get to the ballpark early for special pregame festivities on the field and around the ballpark. For tickets to these, information about other events at the work, go to RidgefieldRaptors.com. Thank you.
Oh no, it was Sunday. Jack, it was Sunday.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pippins, number 28, Bo Lloyd.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex here on your Wednesday evening. My name's Harmon Johnsen, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins. Bottom of the 6th inning, Pipps make a pitching change. Bo Lloyd comes in to relieve Jake Cumming, who went 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Overall, good outing for Jake. Offense not able to get him in a decision right now. But Bo Lloyd comes in for his 4th appearance on the season. He's 1-0. He's pitched 7 innings. He's given up 1 run. It was earned. He's given up 7 hits. He's walked 6. He's struck out 5. Cumming throws 80 pitches. Now Bo Lloyd will wait to throw his first pitch as Zach Wattis calls time to readjust the arm guard. Now he digs in. Wattis had his at-bat cut short as Peraza was caught stealing to end the 5th. First pitch from Bo, upstairs, ball 1. Ramos thought that was a surefire strike. He popped up ready to send it back enthusiastically, but Jim Courtney said that was ball 1. Well, the best Wattis could do right now is give the Raptors a 1-run lead. He's left the yard already tonight with a home run back in the 3rd. 1-0, outside, 2 balls, no strikes. That is one thing that Bo has been struggling with a little bit. The 6 walks to 5 strikeouts. He's pitched 1 game on the road, 2 2/3 down in Springfield, giving up 1 run on 2 hits and 4 walks. 2-0 pitch from Lloyd. That missed high and away for ball 3. Bo unable to find the strike zone so far here in the bottom of the 6th. This was the inning where the Raptors got it all done last night, scoring 3 of their 4 runs. That's where the scoring stopped. 3-0, nowhere close, ball 4. Wattis draws a walk. That'll bring up Reagan McCluskey. McCluskey today 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. Good opportunity here for a double play. First pitch, catcher's running. The throw is downstairs. The throw down to second is dropped by Almeida. Stolen base by Zach Wattis, the center fielder. So he stays out of the double play then. McCluskey ahead in the count 1-0. A look out at second. Lloyd going to spin and throw to second. Back standing on the bag is Wattis.
Previous to last year, they also announced it, and then halfway through last year, they stopped, and it was never announced.
McCluskey trying to give his team the lead again. He's got the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out. Lloyd sends a fastball right by the catcher. It's 1-1. Attendance announced tonight at 2,003. Rourke holds around 2,500, give or take, with the berm seating. 1-1, the runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Ramos throws to third. The tag is late. Zach Wattis with 2 stolen bags during this at-bat. He is 90 feet away with nobody out. A deep fly ball will give the Raptors the lead. Infield will move in for Yakima Valley.
Stealing bases.
Reagan McCluskey, 0 for 2 today. Let's keep him 0 for 3, preferably not on a deep fly ball. 1-2 pitch on the way. Cut on and miss. They're going to have to throw down to first to complete the play. Walker moves across the bag. He will receive from Ramos for the strikeout. 1 away. The runner stays put. That'll bring up Gavin Poffenroth. The infield will continue to play in for the Pippins, trying to cut down the go-ahead run. Tense baseball the last couple of days here in Ridgefield. A 4-1 final score last night. 2-2 the tie right now in the 6th. First pitch breaking ball fouled over towards the Ridgefield dugout. No balls, 1 strike. Poffenroth 0 for 1. He flew out to left in the 2nd. He walked back in the 4th. Bo Lloyd looking to dig deep here. He's got a man at 3rd and only 1 away. A 1 pitch on the way to Poffenroth. Downstairs, count even, a ball and a strike. Ramos going to have to be a wall back there. Wooden backstops, and so the ball going to ricochet pretty far away.
Yeah, different game.
1 ball, 1 strike. Lloyd takes a look at 3rd. Sends it home. Blocked on a spike curveball by Ramos. He looks back. The runner Wattis. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Yakima Valley. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Ridgefield. Lloyd standing in the middle of the pitching rubber, comes set at the letters. Brings home the 2-1. High and tight to Poffenroth. If you walk Poffenroth, you then have the double play in order. As now Coach Crestangel going to go have a chat with home plate umpire Jim Courtney. Don't know exactly what this conversation could be about. Lloyd standing with hands on hips out on the mound. Haven't seen anything unusual here. So Jim Courtney going to usher back Ramos, who was heading out to the mound to talk with his pitcher. What could this conversation be about between Coach Crusty and Jim Courtney? We can't hear much in here. just by the nature of the glass. But 3 balls and a strike is the count as Coach Krusty heads back to the dugout. Lloyd peering in for the sign. Infield still playing in for the Pipps. Deep breath for Bo. The 3-1 pitch on the way home. A half swing. He went around. Poffenroth unable to stop the bat. It's 3-2. Bo looking for a huge strikeout to move the infield back and put 2 outs on the board. The 5th inning of Saturday's game, Sunday's game had a very similar situation. Payoff pitch on the way from Lloyd. Breaking ball, foul. Poffenroth in front of it. We'll do it again at 3-2. Lightgib waits in the on-deck circle. Pipps trying to face him with 2 outs. Infield still in on the cut. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Poffenroth. Bo rocks and brings it home. Down and away, ball 4. Poffenroth draws the walk. There'll be runners at the corners with 1 away. Pippins' middle infield is going to play back to try to turn a double play. The corners, at least for Ahata, going to have to play in. Walker going to have to hold the runner on. Ramos gets the play call from the dugout of the Pippins on the first base side. And now Brock Lightgib digs in. 0 for 2, strikeout and fly out. We'll see if Poffenroth is in motion at all. First pitch, Bo misses high and away, 1-0. You don't want to get in too much trouble, but trying to find outs wherever you can. In the bottom of the 6th, now Ethan Solscheider going to go out and have a chat with Bo Lloyd. Salsa, the first-year pitching coach after spending 4 years here as a player. Getting the infield together to have a chat. Bodies down in the Pippins bullpen. Getting some work in. Jim Courtney about to go break up the mound visit. Ramos departs first. Salsa the last to leave. All home runs so far, the offense, except for that 5th inning for Yakima Valley when they were able to cash in a hit by a pitch on an RBI single by Ramos. Lloyd behind in the count, 1-0 to Brock Lightgib. The Michigan Wolverine swinging a pink stick. Runners at the corners. The 1-0 pitch right at the top of the zone to make it 1-1. High pressure pitch after high pressure pitch for Bo Lloyd this season. Pitched 3 very strong innings against the Berries on Sunday. Trying to do the same thing here today. 1-1, sent down the right field line. This is tailing and foul as it bounces up into the berm. It's now 1-2. Again, a strikeout means that 2 away, you can bring the infield back to a more normal depth. Lightgib again 0 for 2 today, crowding the plate in the right-hand batter's box. 1-2 from Bo. Half swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Jim Courtney says that Lightgib went across the plate, 2 away. Second strikeout for Bo Lloyd. Big exhale for Pippins' defense as now they're an out away from getting out of the inning. It'll be up to Jaden Nakamura to try to plate at least one of these runners for the Raptors. Waddis walked to start the inning. He stole 2 bags, was at third with nobody out. Poffenroth made it to first on a walk after the first strikeout by Lloyd. Bo set at the letters. The first pitch to Nakamura. Bounces in. They're going to back pick down to first. Walker has the ball go between his legs and into right field. The Raptors have the lead on a mistake by Obvel Ramos. Throwing error pushes across the run for the Raptors. They might have had Poffenroth picked off, but that's a play you just cannot make in a tie game. Poffenroth moves up to second on the error by Ramos. It's now 3-2 Ridgefield. 1-0 upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Pippins defense had only committed 2 errors through the first 5 games of the year. They're up to 13 now as they continue to drop in the fielding percentage category in the West Coast League. Walker was fighting the sun as well. 2-0 breaking ball downstairs. It's 3-0. Reed Farrell waits on deck. Should Nakamura reach? Man, not much you can do if you're Bo Lloyd. You made a pitch and Ramos threw the ball away. 3-0 on the way from Bo Lloyd. He missed, high and away, ball 4. 3 walks in the inning by Lloyd. Runners are at first and second. How much longer is the leash for Bo as Reed Farrell, the number 9 hitter, comes up to hit?
Farrell.
Lloyd at 23 pitches here through 2/3 of an inning. 3-2, Raptors lead it. 2 runs in the 3rd inning for them, 1 run so far here in the 6th. First pitch, half swing. Did he go around? Yes, says Thomas Glenn. It's 0-1. Poffenroth at second, Nakamura at first. Farrell is 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a fly out. Pipps offense going to need to get back to work when we get to the late innings. Lloyd sends home the 0-1. Breaking ball upstairs. Ramos fakes another throw down, but keeps it in his pocket and sends it back to the mound. You like the aggression from Ramos to try to steal an out, but in a tie game, that is a major blow right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way, roped right at shortstop, falling down Fleck, but he makes the catch on the line drive. Reed Farrell out number 3 here in the 6th. The Raptors score 1 run on no hits, 1 error by the Pippins, and they leave 2 on the base paths. We go to the late innings. The Raptors lead it 3-2. Top of the 7th is next. This is Pippins baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please direct your attention to the home plate area? Tonight, we're celebrating community support. It's Columbia Credit Union and your Ridgefield Raptors team to support the Ridgefield Public Schools Foundation. Tonight's donation comes from 2 hometown partners who believe in stepping up for their neighbors. The Raptors are excited to team up with Columbia to contribute $500 to the Ridgefield Public Schools Foundation. But that's not all. Thanks to their generosity, our friends from Columbia Credit Union are proud to make an additional contribution of $2,000. Columbia Credit Union Investment Advisor and Ridgefield Public School Foundation Board Member Jim Reichstein, Ridgefield Branch Manager Melissa Engler, here tonight on behalf of Columbia Credit Union, along with Gus Farah, Executive Vice President of Operations for Ridgefield Raptors, to present a check to Michelle Simmons, President of the Ridgefield Public Schools Foundation. Please give everyone a big round of applause for stepping up for our community.
Top of the 7th inning here at the Rourke. The Raptors lead it 3-2 after a error by Abel Ramos brings home Zach Wattis in the 6th inning. And they bring in a new pitcher, Noah Cokes, who is making his 3rd appearance on the season. 1-0, 4 innings he's worked, no ERA, and 3 strikeouts for the Vancouver, Washington native. Vancouver just a few miles south of here on I-5. He'll be tasked with facing Sotomayor, Hurtado, and Tyson Miller for Yakima Valley as the Pips trail by 1 here in the top of the 7th. It's been a couple of back and forth frames here at the Rourke tonight. Pippins struck first with 1 in the 2nd. Then the Raptors got 2 in the 3rd. Pippins tied it in the 5th with 1. Raptors take the lead in the 6th with 1 of their own. And now here's the first pitch from Cokes. It's sent foul into the screen by Sotomayor. 0-1. For Cokes, he worked 4 innings against the Northwest Star Nighthawks in a non-league game on Thursday, May 28th, before the season started. Struck out 4. His first West Coast League action came on May 31st against Nanaimo in a 15-3 win. He got 2 innings under his belt, giving up just 2 hits. 0-1 pitch to Levi, a breaking ball high and away, makes it 1-1. His most recent action came on June 3rd in the 14-12 win over Kamloops, picking up the win, going 2 innings, giving up 1 hit. Good time for the Pips to put his first run on the stat sheet as well tonight. 1-1. Levi sends it out to center field, very shallow. Wattis chasing it in. He is not going to get there. It bounces to the left fielder, Poffenroth. Levi going to try for second, and he is out by a mile. Base running blunder by Levi Sotomayor. He thought the ball bounced farther away from Poffenroth than it did. Scored another hit for the Pips, but then out on the base paths.
Now batting right fielder number 2, Eric Hurtado.
Single, yeah. It is a single, yeah.
7-4, the putout after the single by Levi. Now here's Derek Hurtado. First pitch on the way from Copes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cokes spells his last name Coakes. 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball this time, stays high and away to Hurtado. It's 2-0. Cokes gets a gift on the base paths as Levi ran himself into an out. Set at the belt. Big, tall right-hander out there on the hill. 2-0, breaking ball buckled the knee of Hurtado, but it's called a ball down low. 3-0. Pips trying to get a man aboard for the top of the order. Cokes stands at listed 6'8". 3-0. High ball 4. Hurtado didn't see a hittable pitch. Pippins have 1 on, 1 out. And Tyson Miller back up to hit. He's been on all 3 times tonight. Error, walk. He's been erased on a double play twice. Just try to avoid that here. Long pause out there on the hill. First pitch from Cokes, down and away. Ball 1. 5 straight have missed from the big, tall right-hander. One of the younger members of this squad as well. Birthday is in August. It's now a mound visit from McCluskey. Reagan McCluskey, standing at 5'11", is dwarfed out there on the hill by his 6'8" hurler. 1-0. The meeting over on the mound. Pips trying to retie the game. Have Hurtado over at first, on for the first time today. 1-0. High and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Cokes has missed with 6 straight. He's lucky that he's not at Bluebell Stadium down in College Station, Texas right now. 2-0. Wave and a miss from Tyson. saw one in the zone, thought he'd take a hack at it, couldn't come up with it. It's 2-1. Pips need base runners. They just have not had that many that have come across the score. They've stranded 5. They've scored twice. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. Bounces away. Hurtado's going to take off for second after nobody went to grab the ball. Cokes was the closest man to it. He didn't go chase it. The first baseman Ladahoff didn't go chase it. The catcher McCluskey didn't go after the ball. And so Hurtado takes second. Very late take of the bag on the wild pitch. Base knock ties the game. 3-1. Tyson squares to bunt. He will pull back and take ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Cokes. Daichi Furuhata up to hit now. In danger of losing his hit streak. He needs to pick one up here. He's had hits in 9 straight games. As now we're going to get a mound visit by the Raptors.
This visit on the mound is sponsored by Flatter from
It's Hurtado out at second. It is Tyson at first. Daichi Furuhata waiting for the mound visit to be done so that he can potentially extend his streak to 10 games with a hit. Well, you look at the outings so far for Cokes, and in his limited action, not much signaling that he is a walk-prone pitcher. In fact, he's only given up 2 walks on the year. That includes the one he gave up in an exhibition game in the non-league game against Northwest Star. He's issued 2 walks already in this contest. Pippin's going to have the bases loaded if Levi hadn't ran himself into an out, trying to stretch a single into a double. Daichi Furuhata in a big moment here in the contest. First pitch breaking ball inside. That is ball 1. At this point, if you're a Pippins hitter, you're probably not swinging unless it's middle. Cokes struggling with the strike zone right now. Shadows covering most of the field. Right field still dealing with some sunshine. 1-0 pitch. Daichi pounds it on the ground out towards short. It goes over the head of Perazo and into left field. Rounding third, coming home to score is Hurtado, and we are tied. They call it an error, so Daichi doesn't extend the hit streak, but the Pippins tie the game, more importantly. Hurtado crosses the plate. Moving up to second is Miller. That looked like a tailor-made double play ball that would have ended the frame. Instead, there's 2 aboard, only 1 away for Obvel Ramos, who has 3 hits today. 3 of the 5 Pippins hits have come off the bat of Ramos. First pitch, he takes a strike over the middle of the plate, 0-1, forcing Cokes to throw one before he even got the bat off his shoulders. 3-3 the score as the Pippins tie the game again. Took the lead, fell behind, tied it, fell behind, have tied it again. Now trying to take the lead for the second time today. 0-1. Ramos sends one out towards center field. Wadis moving over to his right. He will settle under it. Miller goes back to second to tag, but he will stay put. Ramos out for the first time today. 2 away here in the 7th. And now Cam Fleck. Fleck 0 for 3 today. That means he's due. He's been the 3rd out of all 3 frames he's hit in. The 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. Time to change that. Cokes set at the belt. Miller at second, Furuhata over at first. First offering, a very slow slider, is a strike to Cam Fleck. Pipps have not had a lead since the top of the 3rd inning. Oates takes a look back at second. Miller takes a sidestep. 0-1. Fleck swings through the breaking ball at the top of the zone. It's 0-2. Any sort of contact into the grass would give the Pips the lead. Tyson flies on the base pads. 0 for 3 today is Cam Fleck. He shakes off, does coax. Now he comes set at the belt. And time going to be called. The pitch was not delivered in enough time. Coax is going to be charged ball 1. Timer violation issued to the righty. He was taking his time getting ready to throw that pitch. He resets. There go the runners. The 1-2 fouled off at the dish. And so it's now still 1-2. Fleck couldn't just let that one fly by. It would have been strike 3. Both runners had the bag stolen, though. We'll see if they take off again. 1-2, a look out to second. Not going anywhere. Fleck sends another one back to the backstop. Cam continuing to fight to see another pitch. Fly out to left, fly out to right, ground out to third for Cam. He's got a big hole on the right side of the infield. They play him to pull anything on the ground. Third straight 1-2 pitch on the way from Coax. Breaking ball behind the head of Fleck. He shakes his head. He debated staying in there and trying to get plunked, but takes ball 2. Cam looking to come up big here. Coax sends home the 2-2 pitch. Cam watches a fastball down and away. Ball 3. The count full. Runners at first and second will get head starts. It's Miller and Furahada. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Coax getting ready to pitch to Cam Fleck. Here it comes. Breaking ball, jam shot in on the hands, moving over Wattis. He will settle under it and make the catch. And the Pippins threat is over in the 7th. The Pippins do retie the game. They cash in the first walk to Derek Hurtado. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error by the Raptors, and there were 2 runners left on the base pads. Stretch time here at the Rourke. We head back to action in the bottom of the 7th next. Tied at 3. Ridgefield and Yakima Valley.
Making 6 corners. Let's inside.
Nathaniel Corano. 69, Nathaniel Corano.
Thank you.
He goes by Nate.
Papa Mervyn's is the official facing sponsor of your Ridgefield Raptors. Which may take and make things up hot. Visit the Ridgefield location in Pioneer Village. Improvement is 125 degrees. That's Papa Murphy. Your attention is now pitching for the Pippins, number 69, Nate Toronto.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex as Nate Carano comes into the contest, tasked with the bottom of the 7th inning. Nasty Nate on the year, 4.50 ERA in 3 games he's worked, 6 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, but 11 strikeouts for Carano. He's going to be tasked with getting the top 3 of the Ridgefield order out, Nagler, Perazzo, and Ladahoff.
Let's go on, Chase.
Carano enters a tie game. Bo Lloyd went an inning, giving up no hits, 1 run unearned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts as the first pitch is fouled off to the right side by Jace Nagler. Pippins tied the game in the top of the 7th inning, cashing in a walk by Derek Hurtado. It was an error out at shortstop when Daichi Furuhata was at the plate that allowed Hurtado to come around. Nagler today, 1 for 3. Carano brings home the 0-1. It's upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Nagler's single was back in the first. He struck out in the third. He flew out in the 5th inning. Nate trying to go 1-2-3, starting here with Nagler. Sends in a slider, 1-2, across the knees of Jace. In his last outing against the Berries, Carano struck out 5 over 2 innings. 1-2. On the ground, hard out towards second, off the glove of Almeida. It'll trickle into right field. Nagler on with a leadoff single here in the 7th.
Great shortstop, Michael Roscoe.
Another half an inch on the leather out there by Almeida. He has it in his glove, but unable to lunge for it. Carano allows the leadoff single. Perazo, 1 for 2 today. Single run score, stolen base, strikeout, walk, caught stealing. He's had all sorts of action on the offensive side of the ball. He squares to bunt, and the first pitch is a strike right at the top of the zone. Perazo didn't think so. Ramos was coming up ready to gun down to first. That's the one error right now on the Pippins was Ramos's overthrow down to first that allowed Ridgefield to score a run in the 6th. Now a throw over to first by Carano. Back in plenty of time, Jace Nagler. Under the lights here at the Rourke. Going to be a little bit later night than it was last night. 0-1, there goes the runner. The bunt is laid down. Carano going to have one play. He gloves it, but it's off of his knee and into foul territory. Everybody's safe. We'll see the scoring. But either way, no matter how you slice it up, it's 2 aboard, nobody out. They call that a single back to the pitcher's mound. So now the first pitch here to Cade Ladahoff called a strike. That was a tough play by Nate. Went down on the bunt and was in and out of his glove and then off of his kneecap. Would have been a close play at first either way. Carano sends home an 0-1. It's fouled off the inside part of the bat. 0-2. Pipps Arms trying to hang a 0 and give their offense a chance to take the lead. The only time the Pips had the lead was in the 2nd and 3rd innings off of a solo home run by Derek Almeida before the Raptors responded for 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. We've been tied and back in Ridgefield's favor ever since. 0-2, breaking ball inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last night's contest got done at 9:01 p.m. We are 10 minutes from that last night's end time. It started right at 6:35 p.m. tonight. 1-2 pitch. Foul back into the screen. We'll do it again. Nagler getting a huge secondary lead out there at second base. Perazo, of course, can just follow him. Got to be careful here because Zach Wattis, who has the home run for the Raptors, is on deck. Look out towards second. Now a 1-2 from Nate. Bounces in. Ramos holds the runners. 2 balls and 2 strikes now that count. Time called. A shoe being tied over at first by Michael Perazzo. Really gives you a sense of how quickly last night's game flew by. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, still a lot of baseball to be played. Nobody out, runners at first and second for Ridgefield. Carano takes a look back that way. Now he fires a fastball outer half of the plate, but it's called ball 3 to run the count full. A walk doesn't hurt you instantly, but it does load the bases for Zach Wattis. Ladahoff looking for his first hit today. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball inside ball 4. Bases loaded for Ridgefield. This is trouble for Yakima Valley. I throw down to third just to keep the runner, Nagler, a little bit more honest. He was standing off the bag talking with his coach. Ramos going to put a little bit of a play call on with the bags full of Raptors and nobody out for Zach Wattis. More high-pressure pitches that the Pippins arms have to endure. Carano fires his first one in. A fastball, hard of the plate. 0-1. Wattis hit a home run in the 3rd inning, brought home 2. He walked back in the 6th inning, and he scored. He stole 2 bags during that appearance in the 6th after walking. He came home on the error by Ramos. Carano peering in, standing on the first base side of the rubber. 0-1 pitch. Bounces in. Ramos able to keep it in front. Carano spiked that breaking ball, but Ramos got leather on it and kept the runners at bay. Immediately, Carano put the hand to the chest saying, "My bad." 1-1 the count, nobody away. Force play at any bag. Breaking ball waved right through by Wattis. Went down to his back foot. Now the count 1-2. Carano looking for an out anywhere, whether it be a strikeout or a play at the plate. Trying to avoid the deep fly ball, trying to avoid the gapper. 1-2. Breaking ball outside. 2-2. Carano's had no problem getting ahead into counts. It's finishing him off that has been the problem. Pipps and Raptors locked at 3. Bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 from Nate. High and away, ball 3. No place to put Zach Wattis. Carano with bags full of Raptors. Nagler at 3rd, Perazzo at 2nd, Ladahoff at 1st. Nate winds and fires. 3-2, called strike 3, inner corner. Big first out of the 7th inning against Zach Wattis. There's 1 away. Double play gets you out of the inning unscathed. Let's see what Carano can do against Reagan McCluskey. McCluskey has struck out twice. He's also grounded out. Need to keep him off of the hit parade. Carano's first offering, a breaking ball swung through at the top of the zone. 0-1. Bo Lloyd was able to fight through a lot of high-pressure action before Abel Ramos committed an error that allowed a run to come home. Carano facing a similar situation here. Bags were loaded, nobody out. Now there's 1 away, and the 0-1 pitch is sent foul into the backstop netting to make it 0-2. McCluskey The strikeouts came in the first inning and the sixth inning. And now time called is they're going to ask the Raptors to close their gate over at their dugout on the third base side. It was standing wide open. Carano peers in for the sign from Ramos. Upville sets up high. The 0-2 pitch is lined into right field. This is down for a base hit all the way down towards the corner. One run scores. Here comes the second one. It's a 2 RBI double for Reagan McCluskey to give the Raptors a 5-3 lead. Carano made a pitch on the outer half, and McCluskey, just the better bat, able to serve it the opposite way for a 2 RBI knock. Ladahoff moves up to third. McCluskey in at second with the 2 RBI double. Inning continues as Gavin Poffenroth will hit. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks tonight. Infield plays in for the Pipps. 5-2 the score now as the first pitch to Gavin Poffenroth downstairs for ball 1. Reagan McCluskey coming through here in the 7th inning for the Raptors. The kid from Nashville, Tennessee, stands at second after a 2 RBI double. Next offering to Poffenroth in the zone, 1-1. He had a good game against Port Angeles, going 2 for 6 with 3 RBI, but was held hitless in his 5 at-bats the second time he played the lefties. Did not play last night. 1-1 here to Poffenroth. On the ground foul over towards the Raptors dugout. Count moves to 1-2. The Raptors have just had the answer for every Pippins run so far. Almeida went yard in the second. Wattis went yard in the third to give the Raptors the lead. The Pippins tied it in the 5th. Raptors took the lead in the 6th, tied it in the 7th, and Raptors take the lead here in the bottom half as Poffenroth sends it out towards left field. Emery Henderson catches it at his shoe tops, tagging at third. Here comes a play to the plate. The runner is out by a mile. Cade Ladahoff testing the arm of Malachi Emery Henderson and losing. And so the lead stays at 5-2 after a double play turned by Malachi Emery Henderson in left field. Raptors take the lead. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Pippins need 2 runs with 6 outs to play here at the Rourke.
And we have to stop. It's a Raptors 5. Green. Wing Air Sport. Buffalo Wild Wings is the proud sponsor of the Raptors. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday, Friday. Lunch special starting at just $10. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go Sports Bar. Amplified Renovations is proud to sponsor your Ridgefield Raptors. For kitchens, bathrooms, additions, and whole home remodel, visit AmplifiedRenovations.com. Amplified Renovations. Renovations worth running home for. And the Taco Bells of Southwest Washington are proud sponsors of your Ridgefield Raptors. Be ready for a free Chalupa Supreme coupon anytime the Raptors strike out 7 or more opposing hitters at a home game. Thank you, Taco Bells of Southwest Washington. Pitch hitter coming up.
Stadium's empty. I think it's a school line or something. Yeah, school line is yeah, 21 okay.
New pitcher into the game for the Ridgefield Raptors. It's Mateo Rojas, a California native. 2 games he's played in, no record, 3 innings, a 3 ERA to his name, 3 strikeouts as well. Looking at his game log, he has seen action against the Kamloops North Paws, going 2 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. He went 1 inning against Port Angeles on June 5th and did not give up a run or a hit. Coming in to hit is Luis Garcia. He'll hit in the spot of Jackson Walker. Walker ends his day 0 for 3 as Luis digs into that right-hand batter's box. First pitch from the new arm, Rojas, is a strike right at the top of the zone. 0-1 with the fastball. Well, for Luis, he was 0 for 2 last night, but he drew 2 walks as the next pitch outside 1-1. He's batting 167 on the year. 4 hits, 2 doubles, 4 runs he's scored. He's walked 7 times. And so Coach Crustangel trying to get him on the base pads as Parker Burt has grabbed a bat in the on-deck circle as well. 1-1. Caught the bottom of the zone, 1-2. So Luis behind in the count. Parker Burt had the night off tonight, but he's going to be called on as a pinch hitter. First, Luis takes a 1-2 outside, 2-2. Now Jim Courtney giving some instruction to the pitcher, Rojas. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count. Rojas with the glove in his face, out of the full windup. Quick pitches a little bit. That's upstairs. Luis. Now 3-2 is the count. He did the old go into the windup and come right home trick. This time out of the full, the payoff pitch to Luis, blown right by him for strike 3. Garcia could not come up with it. He strikes out. 1 away here in the 8th. And now Parker Burt will pinch hit.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Henry Henderson, number 20.
Parker, among the leaders in the West Coast League in a couple of offensive categories, tied up at the top of the WCL in hits, first on the WCL in batting average, second in doubles with 4. First pitch he sees is a strike over the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Derek Almeida still in his regularly scheduled spot in the lineup. 0-1. Parker fouls one off the end of his bat. It's 0-2. This is coming off of a night for Burt where he was 0 for 4. Very uncharacteristic. He usually gets on base 2 to 3 times on average a night, whether it's by a hit or by a walk. 0-2. Parker watches strike 3 at the top of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rojas. 2 away here in the 8th inning. Derek Almeida, the last hope in the frame.
Number 16, Derek.
Almeida started the game off with a bang. In the second inning, hit a solo home run with 2 outs. Pippins trail by 2. Best Almeida can do right now is make it a 1-run game. First pitch, a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Rojas has that quick pitch style figured out. That's hard to do with today's rules because you have to wait until the batter makes eye contact. There's another quick one off the hill, 0-2. He's transferring between almost a pseudo stretch and the windup. And it's really fooling the Pippins hitters right now. Rojas, glove in the face. He goes out of the full windup this time. The 0-2 cut on and missed. He looks back at the Pippins dugout, says a few words after striking out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on the base pads. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ridgefield looking for some insurance. They lead 5-2 here at the Rourke.
Time for Sweet Caroline, brought to you by Cannon Dealership.
Okay, we're going to do a bunch of defensive subs here. Brand Yost is in it first.
For who?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Louise at first.
Yost will be at
Yost.
first.
Okay.
Garcia looks to be going out to left for Henry Henderson. Burt
would then replace who did he pitch in for? The first baseman. So Yost is in Parker Burns' spot, I believe.
Okay,
Because Garcia is still in the game. He is in the 5-0.
got it.
So is Bert just I think Bert was just in for a pinch hit, and now he's at first. And now Ghost is at first.
So you're still going in spot on the line.
Correct. I don't see any new guys out there.
Okay, thanks. Defensive change for the Pippins at first base. Grant Yost now playing left field, number 15, Luis Garcia. Leading off for the Raptors. What we got? Got 9?
Well, it should be leaked out.
Yeah, come see it for a sec.
Welcome back to the Rourke. First pitch, a ground ball out towards short. A pinch hitter comes in and grounds out to Flex, throwing onto the new first baseman, Grant Yost. The pinch hitter, as we pull up the roster here, was wearing number 13, and so that was Jackson Weber. Coming in for the designated hitter, Lightgeb. Weber 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 8th, as now the Pippins are going to make a pitching change. Carano goes 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th. New arm coming in. We'll get the defensive subs, the offensive subs, and everybody else figured out when we come back. Bottom of the 8th inning, Pippins trail by 2. Shifu Hasegawa. Coach receive.
Please, now pitching for the Pippins, number 22, Shifu Asagawa.
Can you hit this hands?
Fans, a quick reminder as you get set to head home tonight, please take a second and collect your trash and deposit it in the nearest waste can on your way out. The Ridgefield Raptors thank you for helping us keep the work clean all season long.
I have a chair. You gotta get back up there. Christmas time, I turned into a Christmas hill.
Welcome back to the Rourke. New pitcher into the game for the Pippins is Shifu Hasegawa, pitching in back-to-back days. 1 1/3 innings yesterday against Ridgefield. No hits, no runs, no strikeouts, just clean pitching for Shifu. First pitch he throws is a very slow strike 1. Jaden Nakamura still hitting in his normal spot after Brock Lightgeb was pinch hit for Weber. Pippins have defensive changes in the field. First, the 0-1 pitch from Shifu, high and away, 1-1. Luis Garcia is playing left field now in place of Malachi Emery Henderson. And then Grant Yost is playing at first. He comes in for Jackson Walker. As now a rope down the right field line stays fair for Nakamura and gets all the way to the foul pole. Hurtado crashes into the wall. The throw is high of the cutoff man. It's a 1-out double for Jaden Nakamura, his second hit of the day. Hasegawa surrenders his first hit of the series. As now Reed Farrell digs in 0 for 3 today. Raptors trying to add any insurance they can get. They lead 5-3. Pippins will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the batting order in the 9th. A high fly ball on the first pitch out towards left. Garcia had no idea where it was. It drops in left field, and coming home to score is Nakamura, who never stopped running. RBI single for Reed Farrell. Garcia lost it in the darkening skies. There's some insurance for the Raptors, as now we're back to the top of the order. Jason Nagler, 2 for 4 tonight. Farrell on it first. He's on base for the first time today as the first pitch from Hasegawa. A strike to Nagler at the bottom of the zone. So call it 6-3 on the scoreboard. Pippins now need 3 runs to tie when we get to the top of the ninth. Ridgefield not yet done. They've got a man at first and 1 away. Breaking ball. This one up into the darkening skies again. Fleck backing up, says he has it, and he puts it away shoulder high for out number 2. These Raptors hitters are golfing it into the, I guess you can call it a very dark navy sky, turning purple. Michael Perazzo, the last chance to add any more insurance. Already 1 run across here in the 8th. The Raptors have scored in 3 straight innings. 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, now 1 here in the 8th. Hasegawa set up near the head. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Last time Perazzo was up, he picked up a single, came around to score. That was the 7th inning. Now here at the 8th, the 1-0 pitch. Down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Raptors lead at 6-3. Sotomayor, Hurtado, and Miller will be due up in the 9th inning for Yakima Valley. Got to get there first. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. Ramos lost the ball, but it was over the heart of the plate. Well, this game not going the Pippins' way right now. As the score stands, it would be a salvage type situation for Yakima Valley tomorrow. In danger of dropping their first series of the year. Here's a line drive through the left side for a base hit by Perazzo. The Raptors still alive. 3 hits for Perazzo tonight. Farrell moves up to second. Now Cade Ladahoff. Ladahoff today hit by a pitch in the 1st, walked in the 7th, struck out and flew out in between. Raptors trying to add on to a 3-run lead. First pitch, a strike at the knees to Ladahoff. Wattis looms in the on-deck circle. Don't want to see him again. Not unless it's with a lead or in a tie in the bottom of the 9th. A 1. High, deep drive out towards left. Garcia back to the track, to the wall, off the top of the banners. 1 run already home to score. Another one coming on the throw going to second. There's the insurance the Raptors wanted, as they've now plated 3 here in the 8th. Ladahoff with a double, his first hit today. That was inches away from getting out over that left field wall. 2 more across the plate for Ridgefield. It is now 8-3. Shifu just being asked to eat this final out as the first pitch he throws is outside for ball 1. Pipps looking like they're going to drop their first series of the year. 1-0. Here's another line drive down for a base hit into right center field. Ladahoff turns and crosses the plate, sliding into second with a double. Zach Wattis. Everybody getting hot for the Raptors here in the 8th as they now lead it 9-3.
Thank you, Zach Wattis. Wait, Albertson.
The wheels have fallen off here in the 8th inning for the Pipps.
That's enough guy. Had the year he wanted.
Reagan McCluskey now, who had the clutch double in the 7th inning to give the Raptors the lead. Up for the 3rd time in as many innings. First pitch, a strike on the outer half. And again, Shifu, it appears right now, being asked to eat this final out. 0-1. On the ground, foul past third base. Raptors down to their final strike here in the bottom of the eighth. Levi Sotomayor, Derek Hurtado, Tyson Miller due up in the ninth for Yakima Valley, and they'll need some help. Pippins down by 6. Swing and a miss. The tag going to be applied by Ramos, and the eighth inning comes to a close. The Raptors plate 4 more runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 runner that was left on the base pads. To the ninth inning, Pippins need a lot of help in the top of the ninth. We'll be right back to Ridgefield.
You like free food? If you order through the McDonald's app, you earn points towards free sandwiches and more. Plus, they have daily deals to help you save. You can even complete your order using the app and skip the drive-through line by using the curbside option. McDonald's. Ah, love it. Hampton Hourglass has served Clark County strong since 1989. Convenient location in West Vancouver and East Vancouver, Canada. Use ahead, choose Hampton Hourglass instead. Be sure to check out our local sponsor, Home Communities in Ridgefield. Learn more at homehomes.com.
1-5. Okay. Defensive change, center fielder, ball strut, 15.
Okay.
For Wattis.
Your attention, please. Now playing center field for the Raptors, number 15, Ben Strutt.
Top of the ninth inning here in Ridgefield. New center fielder into the game for Ridgefield. Zach Wattis replaced by Ben Strutt. It's Levi Sotomayor, Derek Hurtado, Tyson Miller, and hopefully many more facing Rojas here in the ninth. Pippins down by 6. Sotomayor takes a first pitch outside for ball 1. Rojas struck out the side in the 8th inning. Got Luis Garcia swinging, Parker Burt looking, and then Derek Almeida swinging as Sotomayor bounces one back to the screen to make it 1-1. Tomorrow night, Pippins, is this score looking like it'll hold, will be going to salvage the series before making the long trek up to Edmonton. 1-1, Sotomayor off the end of the bat to the opposite side. The shortstop, Perazo, calling everybody off. He has it. 1 away here in the ninth. Tomorrow's game, a 6:35 start, and then the Pips will get a little bit of rest and then make the long trip up to Vancouver, British Columbia, cross the border, get on a flight, and arrive in Edmonton in time to play the game Friday night. First pitch, Hurtado takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Tyson Miller waits on deck. Hurtado hits with 1 away. Rojas misses down and in. It's 2-0. Still switching back and forth between a traditional windup and more of a quick pitch style. As long as he waits until the Pippins hitter makes eye contact, he can do whatever he wants. 2-0, Hurtado right back towards the booth, 2-1 into the screen. Derek today has walked and scored a run. That was back in the 7th inning. He's also grounded out twice. Rojas looking for a 4th strikeout. Behind in the count, 2-1. Hurtado takes inside. The count moves to 3-1. Well, maybe if nothing else, to try to score a couple runs here in the ninth and get the offense started for tomorrow. 3-1. Hurtado up into the netting behind home plate. It's now 3-2. Raptors got 1 hit in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the seventh, 5 in the eighth for their hit total. They lead it 9-3. Payoff pitch upcoming to Hurtado. Rojas left it upstairs. Derek, a 1-out base runner, back-to-back plate appearances with a walk. Back to the top of the order for Yakima Valley. There's a start, but gonna need a lot more. Tyson Miller has walked 3 times today. He also reached on an error, so he's been on base all 4 times. First pitch, Tyson swings through. No balls and a strike. Rojas pumped heat right by him. Ridgefield looking to take control of the best record in the West Coast League. 1-1 now. The pitch misses down and in. Look at the scoreboard, trying to find the Nanaimo score. As the Night Owls lead it 8-4 over the Bellingham Bells, bottom of the 8th. Miller over to first. This bounces over the head of Ladahoff and into right field. Slipping around second was Hurtado. He stays put, so it's just a single for Tyson. 2 aboard, 1 away. Daichi Furuhata will get another chance to extend his hitting streak. Pipps not done yet here in the 9th. So if the Nanaimo score holds and this score holds, then the Night Owls and the Raptors will be tied at the top of the West Coast League proper at 8-3. First pitch from Daichi, grounded away from the batter's area. It's 0-1. Home plate umpire Jim Courtney will go retrieve the foul ball himself. Daichi in danger of losing that hit streak. It was an error back in the 7th inning that currently has him on the ropes. No balls and a strike. A native of Nagano, Japan. 0-1. Daichi on the ground over to third. This is foul. The crowd here celebrates, but it was a foul ball called by Jim Courtney. Nagler was on the wrong side of third base. That ball just barely got on the left side of the bag. Daichi will head back to the batter's box. Down in the count, 0-2. At second is Hurtado. At first is Tyson Miller. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way to Daichi. Breaking ball, tapped slowly out towards the mound. This is drifting over towards the line. This is going to bounce foul. Rojas let it go and took a chance on it bouncing foul. So now Daichi has run down to first twice. He throws his hands up in disbelief to Coach Panch over there at first.
Nice crooked line here.
No balls, 2 strikes remains the count here to Daichi Furuhata. Grounded into a double play in the first, grounded out in the third, reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th, and reached on an error in the 7th. The error brought home a run. 0-2 pitch on the way. Daichi swings through. First base occupied as the pitch was dropped. 4th strikeout for Rojas. 2 away, and the last hope is Abel Ramos. Ramos tonight, 3 hits, including an RBI single back in the 5th. He swings through the first pitch. 0-1. Pippins won their first 3 series of the year against the Walla Walla Sweets, the Springfield Drifters, and the Marion Berries. On the ropes here, in danger of losing their first series at the hands of the Ridgefield Raptors. Ramos serves one into shallow left field. Poffenroth settles. He has it, and the ball game is over. Final score in this one, Ridgefield 9, Yakima Valley 3. Pippins unable to score. They got no runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on the base pads. That's a theme of tonight. Runners left on. We get done at 9:28 p.m. here in Ridgefield, Washington. Looking at some of the numbers in this one, Miller was 1 for 2, Ramos was 3 for 5, Almeida hit a home run that at the time gave the Pips the 1-0 lead. But another night faltering for the Pippins offense as the pitching staff eventually gives up 9 runs on 12 hits. The winning pitcher goes to Cokes. The loss would go to Nathaniel Carano, and the save goes to Rojas, who recorded the final 6 outs of the contest. So the Pips will try to salvage the series tomorrow, 6:35 p.m. first pitch. I'll talk to you then right here on these same channels. Until then, stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of the night. I'm Harmon Johnsen signing off from Ridgefield. Final score in this one, Raptors 9, Pippins 3, dropping their first series of the 2026 season. Talk to you all tomorrow, everybody.